Hello and welcome to my Xbox and Me, episode 520. I am one of your hosts, MC Mother in Fixer. The noise gate didn't mess up there. I didn't swear because I am working on my profanity. Alongside the one and only, it's the man on the ones and twos. It's Paul D. Spawn.
Yeah, I'm here.
No, YouTube algorithms.
It's fine.
We can't swear in the opening. You know that.
I'll bleep it out. It's fine.
No, you won't, you liar. We're just getting demonetized. Great. Thanks for nothing. Alongside the man with the curly hair, it's Two Fresh Crash.
I was thinking of how to enter with a curse, and it just doesn't fit me right now, so I'm just not, I'm not going to bother. You. How's everybody doing?
Okay, I like it.
And returning on the podcast, special guest, Ryan It's Matt P. Video. Hello, Matt. How are you?
Hello. As rare as a Ryan McCaffrey nowadays.
Honestly, you come in on the zeros, yeah? This is 520. We'll see you again at 5:30.
Yeah, sounds good. Milestone episodes. Yeah, that's all I'm about now.
Jesus Christ. Matt, what's been going on? How you been, brother?
Been good, man. It's been really good. And obviously SGF was a couple of weeks ago at this point. Paul's been back on and talked all about it. I've listened to that episode. It was very, very good. Paul got to see Resident Evil. I did not. Let's
just stop right there, shall we?
Oh, go on.
Me and Crash will just sit here, smugly. Is that a word? Smugly.
Yeah.
And we'll wait for our apologies.
So there is a bit of a confusion around this, isn't there?
No. We're waiting for our apologies.
Well, I've been waiting for my pizza for like 5 years, so.
We'll get to that. We're waiting for our apologies.
There's some confusion here because obviously you reacted to the Future Game Show. Thank you so much for doing that. Hosted by the wonderful Matt Mercer and Laura Bailey, who I thought did a fantastic job.
Amazing
of course,
job.
Immediately preceding the Future Game Show Summer Showcase is FGS Live from LA, which is the show that me and Paul were out there producing and working mostly on, which I didn't see you guys react to. So I don't know if that VOD is private for some reason.
Here's what I want to say. Look, me and Fix, nobodies. We are nobodies. Y'all are both in that system. Y'all know what's going on. You could have told me and Fix, the two nobodies, what's going on. Yes, Fix, do you work at Future Game Show?
No, but I've hosted TV shows,
Were you anywhere at Summer's Game Fest?
I work for you.
Were you anywhere at Summer Game Fest? The answer is no. Me and Fix are nobodies, and you didn't loop any of us nobodies into anything.
Well,
in their defense, we did kind of know that they were making that because they spoke about it ad nauseum. That's what they were there doing.
That would be required for me to be listening and paying attention to Matt and
that's fair. That's fair.
So it's just
valid.
That's fair.
Look, Matt.
Yeah.
Did your show have announcements?
You're damn right it did.
Oh. Did your show have famous people hosting it?
No, but it did have another super secret segment from Laura Bailey and Matt Mercer.
Oh, yeah.
So they came back for a little bit of it.
Did it have more Joe and Matt? That's the real question.
No, it did not. It did not.
There you go.
So
there you go.
Yeah,
that's where you went wrong.
Yeah,
that's where you went wrong.
Next time.
Next time. Did we forget to react to it and then react to it the day afterwards?
You damn right you did.
Yes, we did. But did we react to it nonetheless?
You damn right you did.
Yeah, because that's what we do. Because we're good friends. Like
next time. Yes, next time we don't react to the main show. We react to the portion they produce.
Don't make promises we can't keep. We both know that might
next time we'll congratulate you guys on what you guys have done.
Exactly. Next time, not this time though. Yeah, anyways. This is My Xbox and Me, our weekly Xbox podcast, right here on youtube.com/MyXboxandMe and all podcast services. If you want to support the show financially, patreon.com/MCFixer. If you want Crash to read your review out, go to the podcast and review the goddamn podcast. Pretty please. I know we haven't said it for maybe a month or so. Kick some goddamn grandmas down the goddamn stairs.
I'm going to spoil it.
Oh no!
Spoil it right now. No reviews. Not a single grandma kicked down the stairs. This is blasphemy.
Down the stairs. Do you know what? Find your little brother and beat him up and take his mobile phone and review the podcast. There you go.
YouTube's definitely demonetizing this one. The first 5 minutes have been wild.
Wait, I'll save it in a video game. There you go. Everything's saved. Everything's saved in a video game.
Fixed. In Minecraft.
In a video game. Topic of the show this week, boys. I don't even know how this was rumored, then it was leaked, and now it's here. Xbox and Meta have announced the Xbox Limited Edition Meta Quest 3S Xbox Edition in a blog post that reads, "Today, in collaboration with Meta, we are excited to announce the launch of Meta Quest 3S Xbox Edition. The Meta Quest 3X Xbox Edition limited edition release, the first limited edition ever for Quest, is part of our ongoing partnership and celebration. Celebrates the expression of Xbox Cloud Gaming beta. Can't believe that's still in beta. On Meta Quest headsets. It will come with a custom 128GB Meta Quest 3 in Xbox Carbon Black and Velocity Green, matching Touch Plus controllers and limited edition Xbox wireless controller, a Meta Quest Elite strap, 3 months of Meta Horizon Plus, and 3 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate." I'll kick to you first, Chris, because you're the most negative. How you feeling about this?
How would you know?
How you feeling about this?
So, this isn't really like an Xbox VR headset. It's an Xbox branded. It's not an Xbox headset.
Crash. The title of this episode is going to be...
I know what the title is.
Xbox VR headset.
I just want you to know that right
everything.
now, currently, I vehemently disagree with whatever the title of this podcast is. I think it is incorrect.
I like that.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's as close as we've ever gotten to an Xbox VR headset.
I think it is as close as we will ever get to an Xbox VR headset.
So, I'm sensing... My fixer senses are tingling that you don't like this, Crash.
I don't dislike it. I don't care for it, and I don't think it sways the motion anyway. Because Game Pass, if I'm not mistaken, you guys can correct me, Game Pass was already on MetaQuest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cloud gaming, yeah.
Yeah. So did this bundle add anything new other than Xbox logo on?
Crash. Does it add anything new?
Okay.
1 second. Let me read it to you. A custom 128
No, it does nothing. It does
Oh.
absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Oh. What? Wait, sorry, Crash. Let me try one more time. A Meta Quest Elite strap.
Oh, wait. You know what? You're right. This completely changes the landscape. Fuck their handheld that's coming out. Just get the Meta Quest. Just get the bundled Meta Quest with the Xbox logo on it.
I mean, let's just put it out there. I think this is the only way that you can get the limited edition controller, and there are going to be people out there that buy this for that controller.
I when I saw that, what popped into my head, and Despawn can refute this. I was like, maybe Despawn gets it for the limited controller.
So look, I didn't say this. $399.99 USD. Probably gonna work out to be about $350 over in the UK. I can't find it anywhere. It's meant to be Argos and a few other retailers over here. I went to the Argos website instantly because I was tempted to buy one. But we'll talk about that in a second. And they weren't even on the website yet, so couldn't find the price in the UK. Looks like Despawn's looking out. But I will kick to Matt. Matt, does this do absolutely anything for you?
A little bit. Like I haven't got a Quest 3. I have a Quest 2, and more and more games keep getting brought out that aren't compatible with Quest 2, like Batman, and there was a recent one as well that I was like, oh, that looks cool, and then it's not on Quest, but I can't remember what it was. Anyway, not on Quest 2, sorry. So yeah, kind of, and like I've always been intrigued by this idea that people are cloud streaming, massive 120-inch TVs in their living room through cloud gaming, and I'm a big fan of the cloud gaming, and so it makes a lot of sense to me. It is essentially no different than the Asus ROG, right? They've just slapped the Xbox logo on that and gone, look, now we have a handheld, and they've just gone, look, and now we have a VR headset.
To interrupt you,
Despawn, please.
Xbox Carbon Black and Velocity green headset. They've not just slapped a logo on it. They've put some paint in there
They
as
put a
well.
paint job on it. They put a
Exactly.
paint job on it.
Put some mother trucking respect on the carbon black. All right.
Apologies.
You're welcome.
I think the reason that I'm, well, I guess like a bit more confused about this is that they haven't done the 2 SKU thing. So the 3S is the lesser version of the Meta Quest 3. And so I guess that makes me a little bit less excited, but it does bring it in a decent price point. I don't know. I guess I'm fine. I'm relatively indifferent on it. It doesn't surprise me as like an Xbox strategy that they would do this. And so why not? Why not?
Well, to interject really quickly, what surprises me is it's taken this goddamn long. Well, how long have we been on this podcast talking about? I remember, it's strange that it's all come to fruition now, because I remember we've spoken about Game Pass getting getting tiers, and that happened. I remember when we spoke about Xbox partnering, and not that these are like out of the box ideas, but I'm saying we've had long discussions about like Xbox partnering with MetaQuest and having an Xbox branded thing. We've spoken about them partnering with someone handheld, and it's weird that it's taken this long to get there, but this was always the trajectory for Xbox, right?
Do you think they kind of wanted to wait and see if VR stays as long as it does? Because originally VR was more of like a fad, and then you come into this generation of VR, if you want to call it, and like the startup for it, I feel like was a little bit slower than people expected it to be.
I mean, Phil come out and there's a statement out there. I can't remember for it verbatim, but it was very much like they're wait and seeing on VR when PlayStation dived in deep. I remember him coming out with a statement like, "Yeah, we're what's the professional way of saying it? Like we're exploring opportunities and blah 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 blah." Right?
But this is the zero risk version of that, right? Because they're not coming out now and making VR games.
No.
They're just going, they're kind of surprised in themselves. Oh, you can play cloud through this thing if we let you? That's cool. Great, we'll do it. Why not? It's like totally zero risk for them. I think like they're not jumping into the world of VR, you know?
Do you think potentially with this move, there is something Xbox related in the works from some team? Like we've seen, like they've got so much properties now, right? And they're very much. We've seen Smash, we've seen like Halo. You've got Master Chief and Rainbow Six. Like we've seen their properties go across Minecraft, etc., etc. Do you see them potentially? They may have given that eye back. Maybe we get. I'm trying to think. A Viva Pinata VR game.
How excited would people be, including Despawn?
People love it.
I'd be alright.
People have been wanting Halo ODST. What a better way to do it than do a VR Halo ODST game?
Maybe that would be an interesting move to have some, small team porting Master Chief Collection to VR. Maybe that would be cool. People would be excited about it.
Would it?
It seems like a lot of work.
It would be cool for Fix because he hates space.
Sure. I'm not even fighting this week.
but I will say a ground up Halo Infinite VR experience where you're like throwing
Grapple
the canisters and grapple hooking. That could be something interesting in the VR space. It's hard to really say because I don't care about VR like that. That seems like an idea that maybe could get pursued,
You know what could be really exciting? Although actually ultimately disappointing, I think, for people. Gears of War in VR. To go like, hey, here's your first person Gears of War game that you've all been crying out for. Chainsawing people in the fucking face.
Stop. Wait. Who on earth has been crying out for a first person Gears of War?
Just like a bit of a refresh. Try something in a different genre or whatever. Make a horror thing or whatever.
That's not a one-to-one at all.
We're not letting him slip on those things anymore. No. He's not here enough. He's not here enough. He's not getting away with that anymore. All right?
The old arcade games where you're on the rails, if you do something like that in a Gears of War fashion that is first person, that could be a little bit interesting.
He did that with Until Dawn, right? Until Dawn had its on the rails horror,
I think so.
on rails shooter thing. PlayStation made. But yeah, I mean VR. I don't know. Me and Despawn have got VR. I really like VR. The issue is with my one, like Matt, I've got the Quest 2.
Yeah, me too.
And the issue is when you've tried the Quest 3, you know how bad the Quest 2 is.
Yeah, or PSVR 2 or whatever, right? Like, yeah, it's a huge step down that generation of stuff. And I know the Quest 3 is kind of a step down from PSVR 2 as well. Just in terms of the OLED screens and the way it blocks out light and stuff like that. It really does make a difference. But yeah, like I say, I'm not surprised by this move. I think it's like a zero risk move for Xbox. So why not? I think it's good. And I think a lot of people, it's probably an education thing. Like a lot of people, the vast majority of people probably didn't know you could cloud stream Xbox games to your MetaQuest. Even if they owned a MetaQuest 2 or whatever, they probably didn't know that.
It's not very good.
Yeah, it is. It is very good. I've used it.
It's not. It's not right.
Yeah, but maybe you need to check your internet connection.
No.
Also,
I'm not saying it doesn't work.
Okay.
I said it's not. I just don't think it's that great. I played Resident Evil 2 on it and was just like, why do I need this? I have 100 devices I could play Resident Evil 2 on.
Yeah, but how many of those devices are a 100-foot screen?
Bro, I've got a 70. No, that's a lie. 60. I've got a 60-foot screen in my living room. I'll just use that.
60 foot?
It's OLED.
You've got 60-foot screen?
No, not 60 foot.
Wow.
You know
how big's
exactly what I mean.
Wait, I thought Matt was the rich one.
You know exactly what I meant.
You got 60 inches. Yeah.
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 Well, you know, whatever. So none of us on the pod interested.
So if I didn't already own the Quest 3, I would be interested, mainly because I like having a black setup for everything. That's literally the only reason I would want it.
What do you mean by that?
I like my electronics to be of a darker variety.
I like the way you said black before. Go back.
Okay. I like my electronics to be black as hell. Yeah, but no, like, I'm not going to buy another one just to replace the one I don't use.
No. Yeah, no, I think that's
the way of putting it.
I kind of agree with Matt, though. Like, it's a strange one to do the lesser powerful SKU. I understand it from a price point, but I would probably have got this if it was the Quest 3 regular.
Yeah.
The S, I'm like, I don't want to buy something that's less powerful.
Yeah, so I think for that, it's more of a case of, like I say, it's the ease of access. If it's the lowest entry point into VR, that you can sell Game Pass with it, and like you say, having the 3 months of Game Pass Ultimate that gets people hooked, it's what we always say. It's like if you can get people in on it, it's very easy to keep them.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they've done it for the S version rather than the full fat 3.
It's a missed opportunity though, because they're already making the custom controllers. Mm-hmm. So like it really is just a repaint. It's not like there's any new hardware in this stuff. So if you Meta have got warehouses of this shit, right? Like they haven't sold that well. They will sell better with an Xbox freaking logo on them. Just slap all your X's in a warehouse somewhere with not X's. Slap all your MetaQuest 3s with an Xbox logo somewhere and just do both. I just don't see the harm in doing both.
Do you think there's a possibility that they do the Quest 3S now, sort of get people into the door and then do something more?
Maybe they're seeing if it'll sell better.
Yeah, with Xbox, it's more is stronger or whatever, and is like more.
That was my initial thought.
Rather than just this.
Yeah, that was my thought of like, yeah, maybe this is like the entry point, get people in, and then maybe like 6 months to a year down the line, we'll be like, oh, we've got the full flat. Oh, like maybe the next version of the MetaQuest comes out with.
I think that's more likely.
An Xbox version of it.
I think that's more likely. Yeah, that they test the water with this, and then they go, right, the MetaQuest 4 is the Xbox MetaQuest 4.
Sure, I can see that. I can definitely see that as well.
Yeah, they'll have
will I buy
bundle.
it? Probably.
Yeah,
I'm a corporate shill. God, everyone hates me. Boys, let's move into what's been in our box then, shall we? Matt, you ain't been here for God knows how long. We've been playing, brother.
Oh, well, I will take you back in time a couple of weeks. Despawn got to tell you all about the games he played at Summer Games Fest. So why don't I tell you about the games I played at Summer Game Fest? First up, and most relevant to the My Xbox and Me audience probably, is Mixtape. This is from the developers that made The Artful Escape, which I badgered on about for a year and wanted to put in Game of the Year, and you lot refused to play it for some reason.
I played it.
That's revisionary history, by the way. Revisionary history right there.
Yeah.
Me and Chris will keep you accountable for the rest of your life while you're on this podcast. You did not
even when he's not on the podcast, I want you to know I'm going to find anything he's in and just randomly comment.
Okay, go ahead. How is it?
I loved it. I played the first 30 minutes from the start of the game. It kicks off, you're skateboarding down this like insane hill at sunset while Devo plays, and everything's happening in time to the music. And yeah, look, there's no like skill here or anything like that. There's nothing stopping you sort of progressing in the game. It's just about the vibes and the music that's playing and these three characters spending their last night of kind of spending the last night together trying to get across town to a party. Very super bad Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Dazed and Confused. It is drawing from all of those inspirations of your favorite teen comedies, and yeah, pulling it all into a game, and it's fucking brilliant. It's so cool. There is a section where she has like a flashback to her first kiss and the song that was playing during that first kiss, and with each analog stick you control each character's tongue as they make out, and it's gross. And I was chatting to the game director, a guy called Johnny, who's from Australia, and he was like, Kojima was in here playing this yesterday. And I was like, how did Kojima get on with this bit of the game? And he was like, he wasn't that impressed, which I loved.
Amazing.
So yeah, I love that. And yeah, the game is awesome. I mean, go look at trailers. You'll get exactly an idea of the vibe of the game's going for. And if you're into it, I think you're going to love it. But yeah, it's really cool. Can't wait to play more of it.
Couple of things to point out. It is from Annapurna, so it's going to be weird as hell. It is coming to Game Pass this year.
It is indeed.
Will play it.
You'd better.
I wouldn't stream it. It is a music rights nightmare.
Oh, that's
I'll
true.
stream it. Oh, I might put it on YouTube. Maybe I'll just do a YouTube series for it then.
Yeah.
We'll see.
The next game I played, which is far more up your alley, Fixer, is Crisol, which was actually in our showcase. This is a first-person survival horror game. Very much akin to Resident Evil 7 and 8, I would say. Probably more 8. The kind of, I guess, gimmick, if you like, that's probably a harsh way to put it. The unique selling point of this game is that you... Yes, exactly. All of your bullets are your blood. So the way you reload your weapons is that you stab yourself with the weapon and inject your blood into the weapon. But what that means is like you're basically pretty much always playing around in like the bottom half of your health bar. And constantly having to think about, okay, is it worth me taking on this little group of enemies here and reloading a couple of times and probably getting down to like real critical health? Or should I be skirting around the outside and trying to find avenues to get blood elsewhere? You can like drain the bodies of corpses for blood and stuff. It's very gory and gruesome and creepy and horrible. You have like classic Resident Evil stuff, like a stalker enemy that you can't kill. So you're kind of navigating these small, quite compact areas that have enemies that you're fighting whilst you're trying to solve puzzles, whilst you're trying to escape the big bad that's hunting you the whole time. So it all feels quite familiar, especially akin to like Resident Evil, like say BioShock. But yeah, really
very
cool.
BioShocky by the looks of it. I remember it being more BioShocky looking.
Yeah, really cool. But like, yeah, all the enemies are like these like weird, creepy animatronic dolls. You have a parry as well in the game, so it's like almost Lies of P hints in there, I suppose. But like, obviously, a very different genre. But yeah, really cool. Again, coming out this year. One to keep an eye on, I think, for you. Crash, you seem angry. What's going on?
Mentioned the game that I don't see on this list. There's no Lies of P.
Yeah, there is no Lies of P Overture on the list.
Because you already beat it a long time ago. You got early access to it, so you haven't been able to speak on it. Got you. That's cool.
Yeah, not quite.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't yet played it, Crash. I'm sorry.
Does anybody remember? Do either of you two remember what I told Matt right at the start of the podcast?
The bit about you were going to beat the crap out of him?
That I was going to beat the shit out of him. Correct.
Okay.
That is correct.
Is this when you reveal the background behind you is actually a green screen and you're actually next door?
I'm right outside.
Flew all the way to the UK to beat the shit out of me because I haven't played Lies of P Overture.
I mean,
which is fair.
Yeah.
I have a big question. Obviously, after the successful spoiler cast of Lies of P that you both did in the first one, surely we're getting a sequel to that after Aperture has been beaten by Matt P Video, correct?
I've heard the story is really good in the DLC.
Fantastic. It's the best, in my opinion. And I really like Lies of P. I think it's the best Souls-like story that's ever been.
I've also heard his fucking nails. Like
They
hard.
put a new
nerfing
easy mode
some
in. There's an
stuff.
easy mode.
There's easy mode as well.
Like
Yeah,
literally
but-
easy mode.
I mean, I
Maybe
beat
it's maybe
Lies of
not.
P pre-patch, pre-day one easy mode
Oh,
patch.
here we go.
so-
Oh, clap, 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 clap.
I'm so
oh my
glad that
God,
Matt
you're
beat
so
the original
amazing.
game pre-patch, but now he's waiting for the easy mode patch to come out before he touches the DLC.
Yeah, he went
No,
through that pain.
look.
It's like, I'm not doing it again.
It's on the list. I've got to play it. I did have a thing where I like couldn't remember which platform I played Lies of P on. Or like which account, right? Because I've got like work accounts and like I'm a fucking privileged position. I totally get it. But I was like, I need an end of game save to be able to play Lies of P. And I was like, am I on PC? Am I over here? I couldn't figure it out. But no, it's on the list, Crash. I will play it. But a Souls like I have played is of course Night Rain. It's quite good.
Ooh,
It's quite good. It's fine.
Is it?
okay.
We had this conversation last week.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I agree. I think it's fine.
It's fine. It'll get number 11 on the top 10 list.
Might make it into my top 10. I don't know.
Because you played 10 games. That's why. Like, what you mean?
Whoa.
Whoa. He's
What?
played like 10 and a half
Whoa.
in a demo.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Look me in
What do you
my
put-
eyes right now.
What are you playing on Game Pass at the moment? Final Fantasy? Loser.
That's not on Game Pass.
Shit. Xbox. Whatever.
Yo, you're so bad at this.
You're so washed.
So,
So
bad
washed.
at this, bro. Bro. Honestly, go
Oh.
back to producing SGF because you're not making this podcast live. I'm gonna keep
I-
it.
I do have a question about Night Rain for you, Matt.
Okay, one.
How many of the final bosses have you fought?
2. Three. I'm on the third one. So I beat first 2 and I'm on 3.
Then not really a bit to ask you. I was gonna ask how you're finding the bosses, because other than the very first one, I don't think I'm a very big fan of the bosses.
My frustration with it is like I don't know about boss design and stuff like that. I'm not deep enough in, right? But like my frustration with it is that you can't like it forces you to play those games in a way that I've never played those games, right? I've never played those games multiplayer. And like I feel like I'm rushing everywhere. Whereas those games I play slowly. I'm looking around every corner, you know, I'm trying to find every hidden thing. And this thing, like I joined late, you know, I wasn't in those like first few days. And I feel like all I'm doing is chasing my teammates to the next thing. By the time I get there, they probably already knocked a third of the health of that boss.
Yep.
And I'm just trying to help out a little bit. And they know, you know, they're picking up weapons really quickly, whereas I'm trying to read stuff and figure out if I want that weapon or not. Like, you know,
There's
so
also, when you're looking for gear, the game doesn't tell you like, oh, this scales off of this, which your character scales off of, so you want to pick that up. It's a lot of like, let me just kind of judge what I want to pick up and go with.
yeah, which I think is fine in Elden Ring when I'm spending 100 hours learning the game and that's part of the joy of it. But when you increase the pace of the game to a point where trying to learn the game is not only detrimental to your own play, but your teammates' play. Now I'm just being a shit teammate also by trying to learn the game. Like, yeah.
Night Rain kind of reminds me of the Elden Ring DLC, where it's like it gives you this open world, but it doesn't work as well in the DLC as it did in the base game. And here it's sort of like giving you co-op and giving you this faster paced game, but certain mechanics from the base game are still there that warrant you to be slower and more methodical. But the game's like, can't be slower. Like if you play Executioner, who's basically a parry character, you get punished because you have to wait for a character to attack before you parry them. And so it just builds this weird cycle that I don't think is fully flushed out.
Yeah.
It's a cool base, and if this was a live service game, which it's not, I'd be more hopeful of the future. But I will say I'm hopeful for. I would want them to make another game in this vein because I think they would do a much better job than this one.
That's interesting, yeah. Go
I
on.
have a big question for you, and I don't want either of the boys to say anything, but I have a big question for you.
Go on.
Do you think it's weird that the game doesn't have voice chat?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
Do you think it should have voice chat?
I get why it doesn't.
Hmm.
Because it's very not from software.
Sure.
So, like,
sure.
it doesn't necessarily mean that's a good reason to not have it. I think it should
Sure.
have it.
You think it should have it? Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Yes, it
Okay.
should have
Cool. Okay. Just wondered.
I just
Why
want to
you-
ask. I just want to ask Matt a question. Why
God,
are you
here we
such a
go.
doofus?
it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, man, I'm in
Doofus is
total
good, I
agreement.
don't know why.
I mean, I was in total agreement. I think it's weird that the game doesn't have voice chat for a
don't-
multiplayer game. Like,
I don't think the voice chat
straight-
adds anything to the game.
Okay, we're not doing this
Right
again.
then.
We did this last week.
That's
We're
the
not doing this
game.
again. We're not
You
doing
tried-
this again.
Wait, no,
No.
you can't say
You
it.
did it.
You
brought
brought
it
us
up.
up.
You
You brought us
started
up.
up and put your foot down.
I just wanted to
We
hear.
gotta walk away from
Matt's
it.
opinion. I just wanted to hear Matt's opinion. That's all. I was just asking. Just wondered. I'm not
think-
saying I agree or disagree. I'm just saying, Matt, good to know you're on
You
the right
just
side of
agreed with
history.
him. You can't say
I'm
not
just saying.
agree.
I wanted to know if he's on the right side of history. You know, I'm just.
I take it back.
Apparently he's not.
Right,
Apparently
so-
he's not. No.
I think, like, look, selfishly, I think it would help me, right, to be able to go into a game and go, hey, I'm new. I haven't been grinding this every 6 hours every day since launch. Explain something to me, new friend of mine. Explain a mechanic. Explain some weapon stuff to me or whatever. Like, give me some advice instead of just pinging the map and expecting me to sprint there at 85 mile an hour.
You know what? That's going to be great for like that first section. And then you get to the first boss where you get down 3 times and they just start cursing you out over the mic for being a
here we
trash ass
go.
player.
Okay, we're back to the internet's a
Wait, no.
terrible hero place and everyone sucks.
But you're saying everybody's an angel.
No,
Do you understand how ludicrous what you're saying is? It's just as ludicrous as what I'm saying.
Does not make you
No,
an
we're both
angel.
ludicrous and
You're a
stupid and
fucking
choosing to
idiot.
argue the benefits,
No, what are
the point of view we
talking about?
want.
You don't know
Yes,
what the hell you're
that's what
talking
we're doing.
about. You're dumb.
No, you're dumb. Yeah, I'm dumb. You're a doofus. Which one's worse? They're the same shit.
It's good to have you back, man. It's good to have you back.
Matt,
missed you.
what else have you been playing?
What's up, man? Well, speaking of hard Souls-like games, I also played at Summer Game Fest, Wuchang. This was an interesting one for me. Obviously, we were like kind of done with our kind of duties for the day. That Wuchang was my last appointment. I was a little bit hungover, if I'm honest with you. I sat down to play it for 20 minutes. I was there for 2.5 hours.
Huh?
They were just like, well, you can just hang out and keep playing if you want. And I was like, I'm going to do that. I'm tired and I'm just going to sit here and play for 2.5 hours. It's hard. I don't think I got very far. But I don't know if it was like a full build of the game or whatever, but they were just quite happy to let me chill and hang out and play quite a lot of Wuchang. So that's what I did. It's really hard. It's really hard. It ain't messing around. It's got that thing where, like, you know, I think the kind of areas with your generic enemies are fine, are good.
Yeah. Okay.
And you go around, you're exploring a lot and stuff. You'll find like a mini boss that like wipes the floor with you, but then you go back and you're like, okay, I understand this now, and I learn and and then you get to a boss and it's just like, oh my god, this is insane. Yeah, like really difficult. I think I don't know. Like I remember playing Lies of P early and going like, oh man, this is really hard. And I think it stays hard, and I think it's still probably considered a very difficult Souls-like. I think Wuchang is going to be up there in the discussion of like, this is one of the harder, more bullshit games, but probably bullshit in a way that people who are fans of those kinds of games are going to love. I think. I hope.
Another game coming to Game Pass.
Another game coming to Game Pass. They were very it was funny actually when I sort of sat down to play it. They like wanted my like resume of what I've played and beaten and like what Souls games I like. I think so that they could offer me the best advice they could offer me, right, in how to play the game. And they want you to have the best experience with the game, right? And so I'm sure with a lot of people they're quite like, not handholdy, but like, oh, maybe you should try this or do that. Basically, the advice they offered me was like, change up your weapons and your armor a lot. Like figure out what this boss's weakness is, what their strengths are, and use the stats to your advantage, which is not typically a way I will play a Souls game. I'm never like really like buffing fire because I know this guy's weak to fire. Like I will occasionally, and you know, I guess you would say regularly, often in something like an Elden Ring, but I'm never really putting that much thought into it, like what items I'm taking into a fight or what I'm wearing necessarily. But that is a necessity so far in Wuchang. So, yeah, I'm sure people will love it. It's cool. It's beautiful. Stunning game.
Okay. Looking forward to clearing Crash, who's not an idiot, his opinion.
Not doofus.
Out July 11th, right? Soon.
Nope, 24th.
Oh, never mind then. Out July 24th. Still soon.
Yeah,
This guy's an amateur. What, bro? Is he the intern? Like, when did he become the intern? What the hell happened? Like, what?
Oh, he's been the intern.
Good point. Good point. You're right. You're right. He shows up when he wants. Anything else?
The only last thing, and I'm not far into it, the altars. Really cool. Really, again, beautiful game. Small team, I think. Just a cool idea. Like a Black Mirror episode that I'm playing through, and that is like fucking music to my ears. So yeah, I'm really early on. I'm still probably like less than 2 hours in. But really enjoying that. Look forward to playing more.
Here's a question for you people that played it. Is it a stream game, or do you think I should sit down with Haley and play it and just chill?
I think it'd make a good stream game. Like, I'm thinking of jumping back on stream at some point to play it on stream. The one thing I will say as well is it feels a little bit like a roguelike in so much as like you learn patterns as you play longer and like what you do. Like there is a way to die and that kind of stuff. Like there is a game over.
I had to reload a save relatively early on, and that was a frustrating experience at the time. And now I'm like, oh, that kind of just is the game. Like, I fucked up. I didn't prioritize this thing. That led to game over. I need to reload that save, go back to that point where I could have prioritized it because I had the right amount of resources for it, make that thing. Now that's leading me down a bit of a different path. The game, I think by reloading a save, it makes you feel like save scumming or something, right? Like it doesn't feel right to me, but that is the way that the game wants you to play it, even to the point where then it will still know the decisions you made in conversation trees and tell you, oh, last time you were having this conversation, you said this. So you can just skip. You can just skip right through those conversations if you want to make those same decisions, or you don't want to make those same decisions, right? It makes that easy for you. So it's kind of a cool mechanic, but like, the first time I did that and went, I've lost, I have to reload a save. It didn't feel right. It felt like I was save scumming the game somehow, but that is essentially what the game is.
Yeah, it is very much. It is that very much thing of like, when you get a game over screen, it fully just like, here's your save options, pick one to load up. So it's not it's not you can go back and be like, oh, maybe you want to like look through your old saves or something like that. It fully says here's your list of saves that you can choose from.
Oh, that's probably better then. I probably should have committed to dying before just going, I'm about to die. I'll reload.
Yeah, because I was just trying to see what the mechanics were for if you die or anything. So, and it just fully brought up the list of save options.
Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it more.
You started it, Crash?
No, based off the description they just gave, I don't think. Unless it's like, oh, you have to play this. I'll play it.
You don't like anything, do you?
It's gonna be a tough year, man. It's gonna be a real stacked year, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not gonna be a tough year at all.
I think it's gonna be a year with a lot of variety.
I think 9-2 is gonna be a tough year. Number one is shooting right now.
Why is it be Overture? Surely. I'm not even serious about that.
Yeah, bud. Okay.
Okay, buddy.
Crash, anything new from last week? We recorded relatively soon. So.
I played Demonschool demo on Steam, which is it has like the Persona day and night cycle where you go out, you demons or whatever. There's tactical gameplay where it's like on a grid that has really cool turns of like you choose what you want to do, and then after you're done planning it all out, the characters will sort of go and make their turn. And there's a lot of play between the different characters on the team, and there's like relationships that you can get and side quests and stuff like that. What I played a little bit. I played like 2 or 3 days, and then I was like, I've played enough of this. I want to play the full game when it comes out. I really enjoyed what I played. Biggest complaint, there's no VO in the game. It's all you have to read the text as it pops up, which is very unfortunate. But it's very cool. If you guys like the Persona style game, tactical RPG sorts of stuff, I would really recommend checking it out.
Love that.
Okay.
Yep. I think I remember playing the demo this the last Next Fest, not the one just gone. So yeah, no, I'm it's one of those I keep my eye on.
Despawn, what you been playing?
Hi, just surviving Arrakis. The usual. Just doing Awakening. We all need to get on this.
Are you playing it on Steam Deck, or are you like...
No, I'm PC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it do well on Steam Deck? Feels like a good Steam Deck game to me.
I don't know. So I tried to play it with controller on PC, and it didn't really work very well. So I'm interested to see how it would play on Steam Deck, if at all.
Yeah, probably not then, eh? Go on, Fixer, you had a question?
Speaking of Steam Deck.
Oh!
Matt, I finally have you here.
What's up?
Do you remember I told you a little while ago that I bought you something? And I said there's kind of no chance it's going to show up.
Yeah.
So I tried to buy you a Steam Deck.
Right.
So I bought a Steam Deck
Wish.com?
I bought a Steam Deck on Vinted.
Right.
And I think it was like £98. And I was like, bro, I'm buying this.
Right.
I was buying it to sell it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Then I went, you know what? Matt would actually appreciate this. So I was gonna send it to you. And then I got the scam email being like, hey, something isn't right here. Unfortunately, we can't send this item. Here's your refund. I was like, damn. So I tried to buy you a Steam Deck, but it didn't come through. And then the boys were really jealous, and Despawn was like, where's my Xbox? Where's my Xbox 360? It's my Xbox 360. They weren't happy. But I did try. I just want you to know I did think of you, and I did try.
I appreciate that. It's
a lie. I didn't think of you. I thought about money, and then I thought about you afterwards. But, you know, same thing.
He thought about the podcast. He was like, this would be a great bit on the podcast to have.
Yeah.
Matt,
I would have traded you a shiny Charizard for it. How's that?
Wow.
I would have wanted all your Pokemon cards for it. I'm not going to let you. Your card's not worth £100. I've done more research now. I know what's worth stuff and what's not.
I don't know. I met somebody out at SGF who's like a Pokemon guy, and he was like, there's a bit of money here. And I'm like, I don't know what that fucking means. Like, he wants me to go get him. He wants me to go get graded and stuff. They're a gaming journalist. I don't know. I don't know the well enough for that.
Relative to you, £300 is nothing. To us mere mortals, £300 is a lot of money.
I think I'd quite like there's a Charizard in there. I'd quite like to get graded just to have, and I could put it up here or something.
The fact he didn't say nothing about £300 shows you everything you need to know, my friends. Everything.
I think Matt just drowns you out when you start talking about that type of shit now.
I know, but it's fun for me. And it makes
so where would you put it, Matt?
Sometimes.
Over here somewhere.
Okay, cool.
Whatever. Okay. I've been playing Rainbow Six Siege. No one cares. I am ranked silver now, though, just so everyone's aware. I've worked my way up from copper to silver.
I kind of care. For some reason, Rainbow Six Siege has made its way back into my TikTok algorithm.
Yeah, it will do, because CJX come up. CX is out there.
Right. And every time I see it, I'm like, that was fun when we played it.
The itch is there.
I could be tempted.
How could you be tempted, though, out of interest? Like, what are you hoping to get? What are you hoping to get out of it?
An evening playing some Siege with my boys.
That can be organized anytime you want.
When can we schedule
Beyond that, what, like, are you going to play it regularly, do you think, again, or?
No.
Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, no, we can do that. That's fine. Play unranked, play through, have a bit of fun with it.
Oh, no, I don't want to play ranked.
I'm playing sit. I'll play on my Smurf account. I'm playing ranked again at the moment. We've got a group that I'm playing with. Me, P Money, Prawley. Everyone's hopping on 9 o'clock in the morning. We're just fucking going at it. It's lovely.
Sick.
It's so good. Oh, it's so good. We're loving it. Absolutely loving it. Prawley's literally in the Discord right now, in my Discord, sat in there playing. And he messaged me like, yo, if you want to play, just let me know. I'm like, bro, I'm not playing off stream. You're mad.
Crazy.
Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. I don't play games. I don't play games outside work hours. That's 9 to 5. That's it. Outside of that, I've got to take photos of video games like Death Stranding 2, which I have.
That's
but
exciting.
It's not on Xbox, so it doesn't matter.
Wow, how dare you? We spoke about the Switch too. I haven't played it. I need some advice. You guys can all help me. I didn't play Death Stranding 1.
Okay.
Do I play Death Stranding 1, then play Death Stranding 2, or I just watch a YouTube video?
No. Watch.
I don't even.
Game is too long.
I'm gonna watch a very big YouTube video because I don't wanna miss stuff.
Okay.
Why are you laughing like a fucking?
Just
What are you laughing
the
so
description of,
about?
I'm not gonna watch a regular YouTube. I'm gonna watch a very big.
I'm
No,
gonna
what
watch
I
a
meant-
big one.
Just-
A
Let
long
me
one.
rephrase. Let me rephrase. I'm going to watch a in-depth video
There you go.
okay.
more than just a on the
Previously
here's
on-
the. I don't want a no disrespect to IGN, love IGN, whatever. But I don't want to IGN 20 minutes things you need to know because that always misses out context. So much context gets lost in that. I'm talking about like someone who clearly loves the game and can give me the nitty gritty details that I'm gonna need in like a an hour and a half video, something like that.
Go, Matt.
As somebody who's beat the first game, I couldn't even give you that context. I couldn't even give you a recap like that. I've been told the second game starts with a pretty good recap. Like
Well, there's a
basically two
recap
characters.
screen. There's a screen at the start where you can do a recap as well.
I would just do that, man. Like, I worry for you that if you watch 2 hours of Death Stranding 1 content to try and catch up, it's going to put you off the game. And I've heard it's a really good game.
Remember, I've got to give context to the audience. 'Cause I'll be streaming it as well. So I think us sitting there and watching a video of me reacting to it, even if that's the stream, all jokes aside, even if that was the first stream, and then the day after we did Death Stranding 2 we're starting, I think I'd be okay with it.
So
I think.
Maybe.
my personal thought would be if you're doing it on stream, which we know you are, I think having chat who have played it to be there and clarify things for you would be
You
a
mean
good
you?
thing. No, work. Sorry.
Yeah,
But-
of course. Yes, you're definitely working.
I think Despawn's got a good point, though, because you had such a good time doing kind of Final Fantasy like that. I know it wasn't story-based stuff that you were looking for help with.
No.
It was mechanic stuff. But like, you enjoyed Final Fantasy in that way, right? 7. And so, like, I think there's opportunity to do a similar sort of thing here. I do worry if you, like, I worry if you watch a YouTube video, it doesn't matter how good it is. If it's like an hour long on what Death Stranding 1 is, I think you're going to be like, fuck me.
I
Can't be
think you're
arsed with this shit.
projecting. I think you're
Maybe.
projecting.
Maybe.
Because I think you wouldn't want to watch an hour-long video. Put it this way, Matt. I found a 12-hour Resident Evil Explain All video that I said to my chat we should sit and watch. And they were like, let's fucking do it. So...
Did you also make that video? Because who
No.
else on planet Earth would be crazy enough to do that?
You're
There's at
so
least five of
disrespectful to the Resident Evil
First of
audience.
all, let's set something straight. Fix is by no means the biggest Resident Evil fan there is.
Not even close. That was
Yeah.
proven. That was proven
Yeah.
with Resident Evil 9. The
Yeah,
pure fact
no.
that they said a character's name in the Resident Evil world and I was oblivious
Well,
tells
I know.
you
Can
everything you need to know.
you believe that they tied it into Outbreak?
No, I can't. I'm still dumbfounded.
They must have seen our D&D game that we haven't even published or released yet.
Speaking of, whose fault was that?
Yeah, me.
I just
I
want
am
I just,
some way through that edit, but it is. Actually, you have to take some of that blame because of your
I knew it
recording.
was coming.
So,
I knew it was
Yeah,
coming. I
it's
knew
all
it
on
was
you,
coming. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. All right, well, that's fine. All right, let's get into some news before we get the hell out of it, shall we? Story number 1, a little bit. Microsoft apparently is planning major job cuts at Xbox gaming division. The video game division's latest round of layoffs is expected next week. Despawn, I'm assuming you've read some of this. Give me the synopsis, please.
TLDR, this is like the 4th layoff run that they're doing. This is generally something that happens around this time of year because it's the end of their financial year at the end of June. Financial years, yeah, they're all different depending on who does it. Like, I think our company does a different one. Like, certain companies will be in October. Like, they decide their financial year. It's not like whatever the government says.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
So yeah, so this is basically Microsoft's end of financial year. So it is obviously a massive cost cutting thing. I think there was talk of like sales divisions being pulled together as well. So I think it's the same old story. Trying to cut back as easily and quickly as possible so that the end of the year counts look good.
Gotcha. Can I just say I'm so over talking about layoffs? I know we have to. I get it. I'm part of the industry. We do news. Like, it is what we do. But it just seems. Do you think it gets reported on more nowadays than it ever has done before? Because it's got to be every 3 weeks we speak of layoffs in some way, shape, or form.
I feel like layoffs were always conversation piece, or not a conversation piece, but they were always reported. People just didn't care about them as much as they do nowadays.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think the mindset of gamers in general has changed. Like, it used to be that whole thing of like, get my game out as soon as possible. I don't care how. Then it went to obviously the gaming community like pushed back on crunching and things like that. It was like, take as long as you need to get a good game out. And yeah, I think this is just another part of that mindset change of like, you know, we're seeing the developers take the hit for yeah.
Also, like, in a way, you're also kind of right, because I feel like it used to be more like businessy websites that would talk about the layoffs and not the IGNs and stuff like that. So if that's your reference point, then yeah, I do think gotten more mainstream game coverage on layoff.
Matt, you got something to say?
Just that this is a symptom of the industry growing. Like, the more people there are in games, the more people get laid off, the more interest there is in the games industry, the more people talking about games online are the people working in the games industry. Yeah, it's a social media industry growing, everything being horrible online symptom as well.
Okay. Next story, we are getting an aggregated gaming library coming to Xbox PC app. Matt is dancing, so you can tell us all about it. Talk to me, Matt. What the hell is this?
I have no idea. I just like the headline. I would like this to be a thing, please.
Perfect. I'll push the despawn instead. Despawn, what the hell is this?
So, you know, last week we had a question. I can't remember who it was from, but it was basically with the Xbox handheld getting Steam libraries, GOG and all that, how long would it be until it came to another platform, and which platform would it be first? The answer is it's the PC platform. This is what this is. We are basically, I think GOG did it a while ago, like a few years back now. The GOG Galaxy, where basically you could see the games from your other platforms within their app. This is basically what this is now. So you'll be able to see Steam games, GOG games, all the other stuff within the Xbox PC app.
So, okay, this is amazing, great, fantastic, cool. They need to make the Xbox PC app actually decent then. Because it's still not, there is no way on God's given earth that I don't go to open that app, unless I'm playing something on Game Pass. And what they're trying to do is make this decentralized place for you to play your games, period, no matter what store it's on, correct?
That's basically the aim, yeah. It's that one less click of just like, you know, you go to your Game Pass app, it's all there.
So when are they going to make it good, Despawn? This is my question.
2 weeks after never.
Wow.
There's no way.
How long has this app been available? And it's not been... Don't get me wrong, it's got better over the years, but it's nowhere near where it needs to be for them to be the main storefront.
I think the answer on when it'll be better is whenever the next generation of gamers comes up and decides to use the Xbox app over Steam and all these other stuff. Because I don't think anybody who like regularly uses Steam, even if the Xbox app becomes good, are going to magically be like, oh, the Xbox app's really good. It's better than Steam. You like what you're used to, as opposed to what's better necessarily even. And not to say that the Xbox app right now is better, right? That's not what I'm saying.
Bro, it's the Epic Game Store app is better than the Xbox app. Yes, man.
Why? What does the Xbox app do so badly?
What does it do well?
Okay, help. Explain.
Okay. Number one, the layout when you open the app looks like it is always trying to sell me something instantaneously.
Does Steam not?
Like, it doesn't know. Because when I open Steam, it opens me into my library of like, oh, play your video games. In what? Yours doesn't do that?
No, straight into a store page with a pop-up telling me what deals are on that week.
There is the pop-up. The pop-up you can turn off, but the pop-up you also just X out.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not talking about the pop-up is a simple thing of click, disappear. I'm talking about you open the app, right? You click Steam, you open the app, it opens into your store. Like, welcome home, buddy. Enjoy your video games. Play whatever you choose you want to play whenever you want to right now. Enjoy. Perfect. New added. Perfect. Sort by release date. Perfect. Alphabetically. How about you see how many you want to sort through percentage of achievements completed? Xbox can't do none of that. It's simple. It's very simple thing. Okay, for me, all I need from Xbox is a release date app. Just a filter, sorry. Just give me, because that's how I play my games. I know I'm not in the norm for this, right? But we work in the industry. We have to play games for our top 10 list, and we want to talk about the trending topics, etc., etc. All I need is a release date. I go on my store, I see release date. I'm like, oh yeah, I do need to play Formula 1 2025. I'll get to that. Oh look, Cattle County got an update. That came out this year. Amazing. I can't even do that on Xbox right now. It's so annoying.
I also want to point out, I opened up the Xbox app, and the very first thing I see on my screen for the app is Xbox MasterCard. Turn every day into more play. Apply now.
Yeah, I don't get that.
And that is off-putting. For like a gaming app, it's a little off-putting. And I think that's more so. It's like, it's also when you're like going onto it, like search for games and like scroll through the store, I don't think it's as good of an experience. And who knows, maybe with the update where it's aggregating, some of that stuff will be fixed.
Yeah.
Do you know what the problem is?
Go on.
Sorry, go on. No, I was going to say really quickly. My problem is it still reminds me of the Microsoft store. It doesn't remind me of like a brand new Xbox store. It reminds me of we had this thing. Now we're going to put like an Xbox gloss on it, and it's just the games, but it's still the Microsoft store. It's dog shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I will say there was a time I feel it is getting better, and they are constantly adding to it. But there was a time, I don't know if anyone else still has this issue, where games would take forever to start installing through it, to the point where I used to use the Microsoft Store to install my games because the Xbox app just didn't do it.
Really?
I get logged out of this thing regularly. I have to log. That happens to me regularly. I have to log back into it, and I'm terrible with passwords, as most people know. So I'm like trying to figure out my passwords. Again, partly a me thing. I understand. It's my fault, partly. But it's just. I don't like it. Okay. I don't like it. Yeah. But Crash is probably right. It probably just comes down to familiarity as well. Of like, when I think PC, I think Steam, and to give credit where credit is due to Epic, I do not hate the Epic Store the way many other people do. I go on there probably once a week, download my free games. I like the way they got like their deals of the week and all that stuff. It's very easy. It looks very clean. It looks like an adult's toy. The Microsoft Store looks like a kid's thing with a bunch of tiles everywhere. It just annoys me.
I also think, and it's probably because I've used Steam longer, Steam's algorithm, because I've used Xbox for so long, Steam's algorithm on recommending me games that I would like is significantly better than Xbox.
That's interesting.
So when I see the store page, which you did bring up, they both send you directly to the store page. I don't view Steam's store page as egregious because it's stuff that I'm interested in or stuff that's just generally new. Where Xbox, under game deals, it's Gotham Knights, Star Wars, the Lego game, Tell Me Why, Back for Blood annual pass, the Keeper's Toll, and it's
you're totally right. Xbox and PlayStation both have terrible store algorithms, like awful. Like you liked Stardew Valley, you should play Call of Duty Black Ops. I bring that up because that is legitimately one I got once. Like me and Em were playing Stardew Valley and went into the PlayStation Store, and that was actually one we got.
Mine's hard because picks for you. Yeah, I've got right now Expedition 33. Okay, that makes sense. Valorant. Don't know where you've got that one from. Overwatch 2. Don't know where you've got that one from. Football Manager 2024. Okay, fine. I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Oblivion. Don't know where you've got that one from. Rainbow Six Siege X. There. Okay. I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Rematch. It doesn't feel like Rematch is there because of Football Manager. It feels like it's there because it's hot right now.
Yeah.
The Alters. Again.
Hot right
sure. Now. And it's got the hot flame next to it, which I think is dumb as well. So it just frustrates me. And then Minecraft Java. Like, where does that correlate with the rest of this? Yeah,
I mean, mine's got Crime Scene Cleaner in there, so yeah, I don't know what it's trying to guess.
Then literally the next page despawn.
Gotta get
Crime
better.
scene cleanup.
Despawn.
Atomfall. League of Legends. Solitaire.
It ends up feeling more.
Me?
It feels more like they're trying to tell you these are picks for you, but they're low key also advertisement of what we want you to play because we have market deals and stuff like that. And I'd rather you just say ad and show it somewhere in the.
Is there a potential chance here that it's got a bad algorithm on you because you don't use it a lot? I'm playing devil's advocate.
Yes.
Sure.
I still think
yes.
Yes.
100% yes. But
yes, but I've also used Xbox for so long. Does it use my console's algorithm? Because I've used my console for so long.
Sure. It should just be able to look at your achievements and go,
Yeah,
okay, this is kind of
so
what this guy's into.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
I get what you're saying, and you're not wrong because I don't use it that much anymore. I'm more on Steam, but like there should be some sense of like knowing what I like.
Yeah.
I've used it for as long as
it's got enough info on you. It should know.
I think it's also the tabs. I know we've been shitting on it for long enough now, but it's like
Let's keep going.
the tabs are just not. I don't know. I'm just bagging on it at this point. Yeah. All right. Fine.
Bring back the blades. You know what I mean? Bring back the blade dashboard.
Yeah, bring about the blades.
Bring back the
Don't do that.
blades.
Nobody really
Young
wants the blades back.
Just so satisfying.
Boys, it's time for Guess That Game. I am the host this week of Guess That Game. I have picked a game. You guys will have 1 minute and 30 seconds to guess the game I have picked. I will answer with yes or no. You can ask what you want. The order's going to go like this. Matt, you're going to start. Then it is going to go Crash, and then it is going to go Despawn. Points. Despawn, that's best for you. Think. Gives you more thinking time. You need it. Points look like this. Crash has 15 points.
These are incorrect. I should be at 16 and Despawn.
No, I gave you a point. No, I gave you points. I gave you both points.
I was one above you.
No, you wasn't. You're one below me.
No, I wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Fix, I was number 1 place. You did not give points.
Oh, okay. All right. No, no.
You might have given
definitely
Despawn a
gave
point. You didn't give me my point.
I definitely gave Despawn points. He was one behind.
Okay, then possible. Yeah, that's possible.
Maybe you did it. Maybe. All right. So Crash on 16 points.
Yeah,
I'm on
right.
14 points. Crash, Despawn's on 13 points. Matt is on 2 points, and Ryan McCaffrey is on 1 point. Are
Ryan.
you ready?
So
Yes.
Matt, me, Despawn.
Just go you, Matt, Despawn. Okay, ready?
Yes.
Go.
360 again.
No.
Is it a first-person shooter?
No.
Xbox One game.
No.
Exclusive.
No.
Xbox Series game?
Yes.
Is it an RPG?
No.
Third person game.
No. Yes.
Third-person game. Do you shoot guns in the game?
No.
Is it a fantasy title?
No.
Do you swing swords?
No.
Are there am I leveling up skills in the game?
No.
Oh, okay. Is it a puzzle game?
No.
Okay.
Is it a simulator of sorts?
Yes.
Should you put it in the sports category?
Yes.
Have you played it?
Yes.
Is it one of the major sports titles? So you're like NBA 2K, MLB, NFL?
No.
Not a major sports title.
Okay.
I think I've got a guess.
Great question, Crash.
Yeah. Doesn't help me. I was hoping the answer would be yes.
Matt, come.
Does it have couch co-op?
I believe so, but I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
I can check afterwards.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Is it a annualized? Or is it a franchise game? Like, is there multiple titles? Oh, okay.
That's time. Matt, your question was: is it couch co-op?
Yeah. I don't think it's going to help me at this point.
I'm gonna have to stick with I don't know.
That's fine. That's allowed.
Unfortunately.
Have a guess.
I've got a guess. I don't feel
wrong.
good about it. I
need it written down. I need it written down, boys.
Yeah,
Everyone
I've
write it down.
written right here.
Yeah. Perfect.
If it turns out to be something that I think it might be, I'm gonna be angry.
My mind's going two ways with it on what Fix would go with.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys down,
think-
Despawn?
I'm just writing it down now. Sorry, I was just deleting what I'd already written. Yeah, I've got what I want written down.
Oh, go on then. We'll start with you, Despawn.
Okay. I don't think this is right, but I went with rematch.
Ooh,
Okay.
cute.
Matt?
I went with Steep. Remember Steep?
Steve.
Well,
yeah.
that probably
Yeah.
came out on Xbox One, didn't it? I fucked myself there.
Very interesting.
I went with rematch also.
Yeah, I've done
Would
myself
you?
in there.
I'd let you guys know. Someone is getting the point.
Oh,
Is it Steep? Steep did have a game on the series, no?
It was Riders Republic that came out.
But it is Crash and Despawn. It was rematch.
Let's go.
Well done. Well done, boys. Well done. Congrats. 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 That will leave Crash on 17 and Despawn on 14. Matt on 2 and me on 14. Trivia.
Go
Trivia.
on.
ooh.
Rematch has launched with 4 different game modes: 3v3, 4v4, 5v5. I played the beta and only played one of these modes.
Ugh.
Which one did I play?
See, I should know this because, I caught the streams.
I know.
All right, I mean, I'll guess. I'll lock in.
Go on then.
5v5.
Don't answer whether that's right or wrong.
I wasn't going to. Don't worry. I'm
I
not.
know
you
you
rolled
have-
back, and I'm like, I don't want to cheat here. If he gets
You had a
it,
great
I'm not
poker
gonna
face.
guess, and he just get the point. I just wanted to.
Just chilling, man. Just chilling.
I'm going to say 4v4.
Do it.
If
Do it, Crash.
Despawn says 4v4, I'm gonna go 3v3.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
I
where
like
that's where I
it.
was going from the beginning. I'm like,
Okay,
Fix.
okay.
If he's playing 5v5, he's getting 5 people. He's playing 4v4, he's getting 4 people.
Crash.
I'm wrong.
It is not 3v3. Matt,
Yeah.
what did you say?
5v5.
It must suck to be Despawn. Because it's 5v5!
Matt got 3
Congratulations.
points. Let's go.
Congratulations, congratulations.
The comeback
was-
is on, everybody.
I was shouting at everybody. I was shouting at everyone on my
Yeah.
team.
Open mics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
With open mic, yeah. So, yeah, congratulations, mate. Enjoy your points. I've got codes for this for 2 of you, by the way. If
on
you would
Game
like
Pass.
to. I know it's on Game Pass.
I'll take
know
it.
it's
I
on
don't have Game Pass anymore.
But what? What?
Fake gamer.
I know.
Bro, do you even do?
no.
Why did you even do it? Crash, just let's bag on him. Just show up. So let's bag on him.
Yeah, how could you not have Game Pass?
How
Matt?
do you
What
not
the
have
fuck's
Game
wrong with
Pass,
you?
bro? Like, what the hell? You suck.
Remember when Fix couldn't sign into his Game Pass? But I mean, Matt, like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
But I did sign in, Crash. Remember, I did sign in.
Yeah, like the next week you were signed in.
Do you guys want a blind ranking? This
Oh,
week?
yeah, we haven't done one in a while. Let's do.
Okay. We'll do a blind ranking. Let's see if we got some, because I actually don't know. Let's have a look. See.
Get off your pile of,
They are here. Okay. Did we do this one? I think we did that one from Yarmin. I forgot to read to it. Okay. Here we go. We've got one from Origin Cookie Man. Remember, you're going to be ranking these we're going to be ranking these 1 through 5, and then you will guess the title. Here we go. Number 1 is the Master Sword from Legends of Zelda series.
Oh,
Strong.
Good.
pretty damn
Strong.
iconic. Yeah, it's a pretty good start.
Would you say it's the most iconic video game sword ever?
No,
It's up there with like Buster Blade
Yeah, I think the
Yeah,
Buster
I-
Sword
and Keyblade as well. Like those are all like
Keyblade.
really,
I
really.
think it's
the
above Keyblade.
I don't think the Keyblade is as
I agree.
noticeable as you think.
I agree.
It's,
I think
it's with a minute group, but not
That's fair.
beyond.
That's
Yeah,
Halo
Zelda
Energy
levels.
Sword.
Again,
No,
I think that
again,
falls into like the
another one.
Keyblade as well.
Yeah.
like, it's like
Chainsaw.
if you
I
know
would.
it, you
I'd
know
argue
it,
the
but-
chainsaw from the Lancers more.
The Lancer is definitely
that.
up there.
I
The
like that.
Lancer is
Yeah.
definitely up there.
2 or 1, I think, for Master
I'm-
Sword. 2 or 1.
I'm not.
I'm
I'm,
comfortable with
With
one.
1.
yeah, same.
I'm
Yeah.
comfortable with one.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody have a reason for it not to be number 1?
I think if Buster Sword comes up, I would put it above the Master Sword. Only because like I think the kind of silhouette of that. Do you know what I mean? Like you go like
Yeah.
Final Fantasy.
I
Sword.
The reason
Realistically, I
would,
think they're neck and neck.
Yeah.
Personally,
Sure.
like I think
I'm
either
happy to
of
put it
them-
1 in this context.
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to put it 1.
Yeah, and the reason I'd argue to put it as 1 over the Buster Sword is the Buster Sword was iconic in 1 game. The Master Sword has been iconic throughout an entire franchise.
See, I
You
think
wanna
that
know-
hurts it.
You have to keep reminding people the Master Sword exists. The Buster Sword's like, we've been here. We don't gotta do anything. We're riding on legacy. Anything we do is just extra. We don't need any more season. What the fuck we cook?
Beastbone, I 100% agree with you. It's so iconic that it transcends multiple games. Where the Buster Sword, it
Pretty
came on
iconic, but
and not only that, in the remakes, you change it out pretty quickly, really.
yeah.
Well,
yeah,
I was
you can-
surprised at
Wait,
that.
first of all, you're talking about remake. In the original game, it's just a random weapon you get.
I don't know.
Talk
I've not
about
played the original
iconic to
game.
go
That
from
weapon.
random weapon to a fucking
really?
mainstay.
Yeah.
It's just a random weapon?
Well,
Yeah.
no, it's the first weapon you get.
Wait, what?
Yeah. It's
just
not
not
like
a
the
weapon.
last weapon you'll end the game with. It's not. Yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, it's not a limit weapon. Yeah.
They kind of won me over, Despawn, to be honest. I can't lie. Now
But
I
that's
think about it.
we're playing if the Buster Sword comes up. But if the Master Sword's here,
Master Sword's number 1.
I mean, the
Number
next
one.
one. The next one will probably be like Jax from Jack and Daxter or something. We'll be like, what the fuck is this category? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And
Alright,
ice
one.
cream.
One?
Yeah, I'm down with 1.
1.
Okay, one.
Okay. Matt won me over just to go 1. That's crazy.
The golden gun from GoldenEye 007.
Great.
Oh,
It's great.
That's
it is
iconic.
great. That is
That's
iconic.
iconic.
Well-
Chris is not going to understand how iconic, but it's iconic. What,
Why
did you
would
play
I not
GoldenEye back in the day? Exactly. Exactly.
No,
You
but-
don't- you don't-
Here's
I've
the
never
thing.
played GoldenEye. I know of the gun.
That's how
Yeah, but
iconic
I'm
it is.
saying, the
Well,
golden gun mode on N64
Yeah.
was my childhood.
But I think you saying that negates whatever. Like you're gonna say how impactful it is because it was your childhood. I'm giving more credit to it than you do by saying I never played the game and I know what the golden gun is.
He's got a point.
I'd be comfortable with a solid 3.
Yeah, I'm cool with 3.
I'd be okay with
agree.
3, Yeah.
Mainly
But I
because
would
I'm
be
like,
okay with 4.
no, I'm fine with 3. I'm happy
Probably
with 3.
3 or
Fine with
4.
3. We've said
Either of
3.
those
We've
I'm
said 3.
cool with.
It was more satisfying to kill somebody with Oddjob's hat anyway.
Yeah.
true.
That's why your job was banned in my games.
That's the tiny guy, right? That you couldn't like aim at
Yeah,
properly or whatever.
Yeah, he was G character, really.
Yeah, he's cheat mode.
Alright, here we go. The portal gun. 5.
Ah, it's good as well.
He's good. These are all good guns.
5.
Based off how this list is going with the way it does iconic, I think I'm going with Thick on 5. I think you can name a lot more iconic ones
I
than
think it's
Photo Gun.
4, but I don't think it's 5.
I don't think I think there's going to be 2 bangers.
Yeah,
Imagine
again,
we
I
get
think-
like we get a
think the
Lancer. We can put Lancer below Portal. No chance. No way.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're
No
right.
way.
It's 5. It's very iconic. It's super
5.
iconic. In any other conversation, it'd be high up there. But with what we've gotten so far and where we've put stuff, it's 5.
Yeah, I
Has to
think for me, it's the amount of iconic weapons that are still out there that could be on this list. I'd put this at 5.
We're
as well.
adding this. We're adding this to our ranking every. We have
Oh,
to add this because it's a
Every
good category.
iconic weapon.
weapons.
It's a
Okay,
good
yeah.
category. It's a good category.
Yeah, this
We'll
is
add this.
great. Yeah,
We'll
let's
add
do
this.
that for sure.
Okay.
I am scared that Origin Cookie Man's going to have slipped in a real doo-doo. Like, I'm sure you can throw
That's
shit at
the-
somebody in one game or
That's
something.
that's the risk of the game.
Yeah.
That's the risk
5
of
for
the
Portal
game.
Gun,
I'm
fine.
okay. So,
Okay.
Master Sword number 1, Golden Gun number 3, the Portal Gun number 5,
Yeah.
number whatever is the Pure Now from Hollow Knight. Should have been 5.
Should
Should
have
have
been
been
5.
5.
Should have been 5.
Should have been 5. So
So
it
it's
goes
4.
4.
Yeah.
So it goes
That's
4.
the
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We
Yeah,
disrespected
I'm sorry,
your
Matt.
opinion.
We did. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Right.
It happens.
listen to me next time, huh?
Yeah.
And this has to be
Yeah,
the
listen
Lancer.
to you in 2 months' time.
It has to be the Lancer, right? Or it's going to be, what's the Halo thing called?
Energy
Energy
sword.
sword.
It's going to be the Energy Sword. What else could you think?
A
It could-
Buster
it's either-
Blade. The Buster Blade still hasn't shown up.
Plasma grenade?
Uh,
Probably not.
What was the?
You think it would be
Rooster Teeth
Xbox thing? Something
What was
Xbox.
the Rooster
related.
Teeth thing? They made a bunch
The
of plushies
Magnum,
from. No, they have
as
the
well.
Griff Ball. Griff Ball.
Diamond Sword from Minecraft.
Could be that as
Diamond
well.
Sword. That's actually, bro. That's actually.
We
need to do
got a
ranking
lot of
every.
weapons to
We
rank,
need to do a
yeah.
ranking every. We got to do a ranking every. All right, here we go. It is the Energy Sword from Halo.
Okay.
There we go.
I don't hate
So
it.
that went.
I'm happy with how the list turned out, other than
Two.
Hollow.
2. That's 2.
So Master Sword number 1, Energy Sword number 2, Golden Gun number 3, the Pure Now from Hollow Light number 4, and the Portal Gun number 5. I think we got one wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Last two. Yeah.
Despawn, you played Hollow Knight. What is the Pure Now? I have no clue what that is.
Either.
Are you saying pure now or pure nail?
Nail. N-A-I-L.
Oh, nail. Okay.
Nail.
I thought-
Now.
it's-
Sorry,
it's like
nail.
just
Whatever his weapon
my
is.
It's a default weapon, yeah. Oh, his weapon,
Got it.
yeah. It's basically a big nail. Yeah, I don't hate that list. I think we did okay. Like those last two could be definitely should be changed around, but otherwise,
The last two
smashed
are
it.
us just playing the game, and you know,
You win
you
some, you
fuck up
lose some.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Titles, boys. Who wants to go first? No one.
I'll go because I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be wrong, but I'm
Okay.
gonna play. I'm not gonna play it safe.
Oh,
I think it's like best one-hit kill weapons.
Ooh,
Because the golden guns are kind of an oddball in there. And that was his
Golden
whole
gun.
shtick.
so
yeah.
Are you?
I don't
just-
know,
Portal
like,
Gun's
what
the
about
only
the
thing that
pole
I'm
I'm gonna say
thinking
it
of.
just before
you can
before we,
technically.
before we carry on. Are you locking that in? Is that locked in?
Yeah, it's locked in already.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
looking
I don't think you kill anything with the portal gun. You just make
No,
portals.
I agree.
Kill your
Fair
teammate
point.
when you play co-op with the portal gun.
Yeah,
If
you
throw them
don't-
off
you
the
don't
ledge or
one hit.
something.
kill a turret.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah,
really
like,
kill
you
it,
can make an
but,
argument. And Origin Cookie Man likes to really play
it's for a curveball,
loose
yeah.
with definitions, taking them to the extreme sometimes.
True.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. When I said it out loud, I forgot the portal gun was in the list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So, what are you gonna do?
Most iconic weapons.
Yeah, safe, boring.
Yep. Very safe. I don't know where else to go with the list. It's too
Yeah, I get you.
These
I
ones
get
too
you.
want me to go?
obvious.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say the same as Crash, but I don't want to.
Oh, go on then.
No, I was literally gonna say the same as Crash.
Well, you got to add something onto it. Most iconic.
Most iconic weapons in games.
Good.
Okay. Orange and Cookie Man. My favorite
Honestly, yeah, that could be an
Ooh.
Origin thing. Yeah.
weapons in games.
Yeah, Origin does like to make it
So-
about himself.
Interesting that we've
Spelling
looped.
has to match, Fix. If spelling doesn't match.
Whoa,
I
now.
was just jotting it down for fucking. There you go.
I'm just
Most
playing.
good-
I'm just playing.
Nah,
I'm just playing.
fuck you, alright? Fuck you. No one
It
needs
kind
to
of-
know that. No one needs to know that. How dare you?
The interesting caveat here, that we've all looped in on. I guess the portal gun isn't really a weapon. Then, in that regard,
more of a tool.
we've all got the word weapon in
Ooh.
our thing.
Yeah, but it is. I think
Um,
people view it as a weapon in the.
I agree, and I'm sure you'll probably be right, one of you three. But I would argue portal gun not a weapon,
So
Yeah, that's
Tool.
fair.
tool, if you will.
Okay, here we go.
An appliance.
It is. Oh, for goodness sake.
Go on.
Apex Predator in-game weapons.
What the?
Where has he got that from?
Yeah, but Shell is not an apex predator for a start. She doesn't kill anybody. We've established that.
But it's the weapon.
The
Oh,
weapon
The
as an
list
agent.
was so good and the title was
Yeah.
so bad.
Hey,
Or
So
two
what
it
we
gave
got-
us a good idea for a rank everything that I think will make a good one.
I
so-
respect the
In-game
list.
weapons.
Origin Cookie Man.
Yeah, I respect the list, just
So-
don't respect the title.
I mean, I don't think any of us get it, if I'm honest.
No.
Because we put weapons in games, in-game weapons. So if we would have got it the other way around, but no one got it. All right.
Yeah.
Bet.
All right, let's finish up with some questions because we've got some leftover. Quick. Jump into Fix the Sack. Remember, you can email in myxpodcast@gmail.com or you can join the Discord. And I would like to implore you to please leave questions in the YouTube comments.
Ooh.
We get around 100, sometimes more people watching the videos. One comment. That's heartbreaking. Please leave questions, leave comments. Let us know we're doing a good job. Let us know we're doing a bad job. Leave as long as you leave a 5-star review. We don't care. But we need more engagement on our content, please. Don't like I said before, there's a lot of negativity out there on the internet. And we're very quick to respond to that and say how the internet's a terrible place. How about we create our comment section as a great place for people to hang out and be in? So, comment more. We all read the comments. We only see the negative ones. How about we get some positive ones in there and have some conversation going, everybody. I know the Discord's doing great, but leave a comment, please. I'd appreciate it. And not a comment saying I left a comment. El Dozo. Next one. First one says, from top left, 91. Do you think we could see the next gen Xbox this year? Sorry, let me do that again. Do you think we could see the next gen Xbox at this year's Game Awards like they did with the Series X? Or would it be too soon? Matt?
I think it's too soon. I also think Xbox don't do the next announcement at Game Awards.
They do it at
I'm not-
FGS.
Yeah, boy. No, I'm not super confident on that. But yeah, I think they've like really lent in now to their digital broadcast stuff. They're doing them really well. They're very popular. Nintendo are doing that like their thing, they're always doing their own directs and stuff, and they're proving incredibly popular as well. I think you probably do it in your own house. Maybe. I'm not super confident on that. But yeah, I think the next one comes out of Xbox.
I think we get the CGI trailer at Game Awards eventually again, because I think it's a great, easy here's the outline of what the console's gonna be looking like. We don't get too many details. It exists. This is kind of the shape sort of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe the name, which we assume. I don't know. Joe, I'm not even going to make assumptions for that.
That's quite a good prediction episode we should do, though.
The next question is literally, and what do you think they call the next Xbox from top left? I have no idea.
Xbox.
Not again.
No.
Again, go back a third time.
How ballsy would it be if it was the final Xbox?
Diddle-doo-doo.
No.
They'll never do that.
Nope.
They'll never do that.
What would you? What Joe was?
Yeah, that's a good question.
They must be having a nightmare with that, right?
Yeah.
PlayStation 6 versus whatever the name is. It's horrible.
Part of me is like they go Xbox Series something and keep it like basic and not too crazy, because that's an easy, simple way to do it. Not that I think it's necessarily the right way, but right there.
I don't think you do. I don't think you can.
I think the problem is with Series, that's a this gen thing. And I know we're kind of getting rid of generations, really, if you think about it at this point. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's a great question. I really don't have a clue. Xbox 720. It'll finally happen.
Xbox 362.
Is that 360-2 or 362?
Yeah, exactly. I think maybe Xbox 2027 or Xbox 27.
No, because you date it then. But then what? So then a year later it's old.
Yeah. But then you release the Xbox 29, and it's a
if
slight
you do
refresh.
like smaller iterations every year.
Yeah. Also, they ain't gonna be making hardware forever. Writings on the wall.
I know you joked about it, Crash, but the idea of them going back to Xbox isn't the worst idea, with them doing the PC pretty much is what we assume it's going to kind of be again. Like, I just don't know.
The problem with that is I think they definitely do 2 SKUs, right? We definitely keep our underpowered SKU. Definitely.
I don't think so.
It's sold so well, Fix.
I know.
So well.
I know.
So you can't walk back on that spreadsheet. The numbers are too green.
That is something where even if Phil Spencer's like, this is going to kill us if we do it, or that boardroom's like, oh, you guys are going to die then, we're doing it.
Yeah,
I can
for
see
sure.
that being the case. Yeah,
for sure. So
I'm
I don't think you can just call it Xbox, because then you have Xbox and something else.
Xbox Mini is the weaker version or whatever. There's like avenues you could like.
But then I think that's what it is. Xbox 28 and then the Xbox 28S, and you just keep that.
Problem is like
Xbox dash all in. No, I know, but I just can't think of anything.
no,
This is my least favorite game as well. Naming things is horrendous.
Oh,
Like,
guessing specs and naming things. Horrible.
Horrible.
But we can move on. Top Left has one more question, unless you've got something to say on this.
Do I think it's going to show up at the next Game Awards? So initially my thought was no, and I still think it is a big no, but I think there's a small chance in the back of my head that it's like they're announcing all these things now in the middle of the year so that they are ready to announce the next Xbox at the end of the year. But again, I still think it's too soon to announce it this year.
you
Fixer?
fix.
Questions?
Can we get Matt to confirm that he will finally do a watch along on Game Awards this year?
No, almost definitely not, because I'll be working.
You could have asked
you
me, and I could have
working
answered
it?
that for Matt.
Why you gotta work it?
Because we'll cover it.
Bro, just book it off.
Here's
You gotta
what I
hang out with the
could
boys
see.
one day, man. You gotta hang out with the boys one day. Jesus.
You
If
act
we
like
watch
I'm going to be
the next day
available.
with Matt, and Matt will pretend to like.
I don't think you're gonna be available at all. I'm working with Craig.
I think one thing that would be very interesting if they decided to do, and it all depends on like schedule, and I think this is very wishful thinking. But we've heard the stories about Forza, Gears of War, Fable, and Halo remake. We don't really know what that fourth title is for next year. If Summer Games Fest comes along and then they announce it there, and they're like later this year, all these big games, like the 4 pillars of Xbox, will be available on our brand new console. Insert Xbox 26 or whatever, or 27 if it's early 27 or whatever the case is.
We're going back. It's our 25th anniversary. So we're here to
We're going
announce that we're
Xbox
announcing
25.
The Xbox anniversary.
No chance, right?
I could see
Man,
them
they
doing.
really messed up not naming it Xbox 2, Xbox 3, Xbox 4,
Yeah.
didn't they?
Yeah.
That's the
Well-
worst thing they could have ever done.
You know why they didn't do it though?
Yeah, because they were behind. Because Xbox
they were
was
behind
already-
PlayStation.
Yeah, I know.
So like, it kind of makes sense to me that you wouldn't do it. But yeah, it's put them in a sticky wicket.
They had a chance to go for it again when they did the Xbox One. But I guess the Xbox One was such a big failure that you don't want to go
Yeah, you don't want to be like, let's carry on that lineage, yeah.
Yeah.
You could, I could see them doing something where they play into their lineage a little bit, and they have like Xbox Chief, an Xbox Phoenix, an Xbox Duke, and like start naming them like you name hurricanes or something. You know, like
I think the problem with that, with the where Xbox is going, Xbox really wants to be like the center of gaming and center of medium. And if you go into
Xbox
Xbox
Infinity.
Duke,
Xbox Infinity.
Xbox
Infinity could work.
Infinity.
That could work.
Yep.
I can see it.
Xbox Infinity. That now
Could
it's
be.
like everything's an Xbox, and with Xbox Infinity, so is this. Play your games on Steam. And blah 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 with Xbox Infinity. I done it, guys. I
He's
sussed
done
it.
it. He's done it.
And that logo will work so well for this content
Yeah.
as well.
Because it'll have like the X in the middle where it crosses, and
Yep.
oh, look at that! Look at us! Look at us! Just designing
Wait,
the next Xbox.
Someone bookmark this. Bookmark this when it gets announced. I did it.
Clip it and ship
I
it.
solved it. Let's move on to the next question. One more from top left before we move on. Do you think Phil Spencer will still be in charge for the launch of the next Xbox, or will he retire and Sarah Bond take over?
I think he's here until the launch, and then he retires, and Sarah Bond takes over. And I think even now we've already seen it, and I think it'll continue with Sarah Bond. There won't be as much of a face. I think Sarah Bond will be there whenever you need an announcement and stuff like that, but it won't be as accessible as I feel like Phil's been for a lot of the series in the Xbox One generation, and so on and so forth.
So like PlayStation, pretty much. They've kind of gone
well,
away from
a little
we
bit.
lost
Yeah,
we lost Herman.
yeah,
Herman's
a
not
little
really
bit
out
more
there
than
like
that.
anymore. But yeah,
Yeah, more in that direction.
Agreed.
I can see it.
Yeah.
I definitely can see it.
Yeah, I could definitely see like Phil being there for the transition for the new generation, and then just kind of like slowly stepping away and then announcing he's retiring.
Ranking Xbox bosses.
That's going to be a short one.
Mantric, S.
We'll get that. I think it's a conversation, guys. I think it's a conversation.
What, the John Mantric is X? S?
No.
Sorry?
Origin Cookie Man says, as Xbox ushers in an open era in the console gaming industry that begins with cloud, save, crossplay, backwards compatibility, and feels like it's coming to a
Culmination.
Also, with Play Anywhere and an underlying Windows-based operating system, do you think the rest of the industry will be able to keep up?
I mean, to be honest, to be brutally honest, like, is it keeping up when Xbox are doing all these things to catch up?
Yeah,
That
I
was
think you can
fucking
only
poetry,
say.
mate.
Yeah, I think I think Despawn's right. Like for them to be keeping up, they wouldn't have to be ahead. And I think if you look at Steam's ahead, and what Xbox is really doing is like, hey, they can be ahead, but you can come over here and still, feel the draft from way up there, way back here with us.
Yeah.
Now, here's just on the side of this, like, I think this is great for Xbox. I think what they're doing is very much future-proofing themselves for the generations ahead. But just a thought that just jumped into my head: if all this is true, and we're going to get the PlayStation, Steam, and everything on your Xbox, who's excited to play a PlayStation game from Steam on their Xbox?
I don't care.
Play God of War on your Xbox?
I'm just at that point where I'm just like, I don't care anymore because I'm not. It's not going to feel like an Xbox, right? The whole point is, even with the handheld, like if they're doing this whole whatever the word was for the it's just, I don't know. I just don't care. Like I've lost that excitement. Once upon a time, I would have had that excitement of like, oh my god, this is happening. I think Final Fantasy come in. It was like I peaked. It's done.
Yeah. You good?
Yeah. I think to a degree, I will slowly, and I think I've been doing it for a while with Xbox. Xbox gets relegated into Steam territory. I don't get excited when Steam announces stuff. I don't get excited when Steam does stuff. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's great for gaming. Whenever they did the stuff of like the expansion passes or season passes of like, you have to have like the schedules for them, and you don't have the schedules, people get refunded. I'm like, that's great for gaming. And that's sort of where I'm going with it. Or Xbox before was like, I'm interested for what Xbox does because it pushes games forward. Now Xbox is pushing the industry in more of the back forward, which is cool, and it's really important in its own right. It's just, as a gamer, it isn't as exciting or as getting involved with it worthy, or like building devotion. I don't like devotion, sounds a little bit too.
No, I agree. I'm no longer. I don't feel that same allegiance for Xbox, for Steam, the way I did for Xbox. But I no longer feel that anymore. They've. I feel like it was a football team that I was supporting Xbox. And don't get me wrong, I went and watched Arsenal play, which was PlayStation, and then I went and watched Liverpool play, which was Nintendo. But I'm a Tottenham fan, which was Xbox. That doesn't feel like that anymore. If you can follow that analogy, I know it was a lot. But it doesn't feel like that anymore. Now it's just a case of, I don't feel like we're getting one over PlayStation because we're getting Final Fantasy. It's just, okay, cool, a game's coming. Yay.
I know somebody's gonna like bring up, hating on Xbox. I don't feel that way for PlayStation very much lately as well.
Agree. 100% agree.
Outside of Nintendo, and even questionable with Nintendo, that sort of like feeling from these companies has been next to non-existent this generation.
Yeah.
In the same breath, we're all older.
Very true. That is very, very true as well. Yeah, for sure.
But it's, I think I kind of agree. Like, there's the excitement level's not there this generation. Like, I can't remember the last time I got excited about a first-party PlayStation title. I can't remember the last time I got excited about a first-party Xbox title. Nintendo was like, well, I bought an entire console to play their next game, so that kind of like
and then
that day I
regretted
was
it.
buying it. Yeah. Like,
No,
the
but
thing is,
that's the conversation, right? Though, right? I agree with you. Games have become like films to me, where like I get excited for the game. It doesn't matter who's publishing it or making it or developing it, or where the money came from it. Where back in the day, it was a case of like, this is first party. I don't care. I'm playing it. Recall, I'm playing it. Rise of Son of Rome, I'm playing it. Even with PlayStation, it was like, okay, they're putting out Ratchet and Clank, I'm playing it. Now it's a case of like, does that interest me? And obviously, with the prices of games going up and stuff, that plays a huge role. Obviously, some of us very lucky we get games for free and stuff, so it doesn't always affect us. So then it becomes a monetization of time at that point. But it just don't feel the same. But again, I do think it's a combination of like, number one, we're older. Number two, the industry has changed a lot. Number three, I don't think you're allowed to be a sole platform fan anymore without being called a fanboy. Like,
Yeah.
you get boxed in. If you only like one thing, and not that you only like one thing, but if you celebrate only, you're a fanboy. Not that you just enjoy something. No, you're a fanboy. Negative is instantly negative connotation on that, which was never true with me back in the day. But yeah,
I think in a similar way we talk about games and say like the hardcore aspect of games has become more normalized by the online existence of like information, stuff like that. I think also like people's allegiance to one console, like the more, I don't want to say casual because it's not casual, but those more of the middle line gamers, the people who were PlayStation fans but also played Xbox, they're a lot less attached to that one platform than they are just sort of in the middle. Like, I'm going to enjoy everything that I want to enjoy.
Because of games like Fortnite, I would say. It's because now
Sure.
you have games like, you're a League of Legends fan, you're a Fortnite fan, you're a Rocket League fan, more than you are an Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo fan, I feel like. I feel like games have had such a longer lifespan and they keep you... Right now, I'm a Rainbow fan, It doesn't matter if I'm playing on Xbox, PlayStation, or anything in between. Like, I'm playing Rainbow. So I just think those doors they've come down. But to answer the question, yeah, I agree with D-Sport. I don't think it's a case of, how can you say rest of the industry keep up? Xbox are in third place. But it comes to gaming and, making money and things like that, it's still proven they're in third place. Lots of companies are making lots of different money, but they're in third place. They've been there. They haven't moved from there. Not moving units the way PlayStation do in first-party title sales or in consoles. And that's just how it is.
Yep.
Matt?
Yes, I agree with everything you said. I think there is an interesting thing when you say, like, can everybody keep up? There's a world in which, right, let's say that Steam comes to Xbox. All of a sudden, your cheapest avenue into gaming is the Series S, and that makes you a PC gamer, which matters because so like Peak, for example. Have you seen this game Peak that's just come out? It's from the developers that made another Crab's Treasure. They got their funding pulled for their next big game. They did a game jam. They made a game in a month, and it sold incredibly well on Steam. If all of a sudden, because Steam is easy to publish on, right? If all of a sudden you increase that potential customer base by also all of the people on Xbox that have Series S's that are looking for a $4 game, that are more restricted potentially economically, it's huge. It's huge.
We had a conversation about something similar to this last week, actually. When you weren't here, Matt, you should have been here last week.
Should have been, yeah.
Of if people start adopting games on Steam though, and they don't interact with that Xbox aspect of it, but they use it as a Steam platform, do you view that as sort of being like, yes, Xbox benefits from it, but is Xbox getting a cut of that sale? Is Xbox like getting any hard investment aside from the people using it for Steam?
Maybe not right now, but when the next generation comes along and somebody's graphics card is dying and they go, you know what, I don't play games that much anymore. Am I really going to go spend 1,500 quid on a new graphics card? Or am I going to buy the next low-powered Xbox for $300 that can run the next thing that I'm going to jump into with my mates for 2 afternoons before the kid's crying and,
Spoilers. it ain't gonna cost $300.
There's
Maybe
no
not.
way.
The low end is gonna be 500.
Maybe, but
Yeah,
still,
I get
that's
you,
still
I get
cheaper
you.
than your cheapest gaming PC. That would, well, probably not quite, but you know what I mean.
I know what
Worth
you're saying.
getting
Yeah.
and easy. Like I launched Alters earlier today on my laptop without updating my drivers and thought I'd fucking bricked my laptop. You don't do that with an Xbox.
You don't do it on PC.
You can
either.
definitely turn on your Xbox after a while, and it have to have updates, and your controller have updates, and
That happened to me today with
yeah,
the
you
PlayStation.
can't. But like,
But I can't launch a game that's gonna brick the console.
you say that right now, but what happens when you're activating your Steam library and you're not playing the Xbox curated games that are published for the Xbox console, but it's like the Steam Deck and it's like, here, this can run on this Xbox, but it might not be optimized for the Xbox. And the next thing you know, you launch it and your whole Xbox
Crash.
like it blue screens on you.
It's a really fucking good point, Crash. It's a really good point. It's a really good point.
There's a lot of unknowns with this, like really like say that they're gonna be ahead in the industry with the direction they're going. I think it's very optimistic of you. I think what they're doing, somebody would have ended up having to do it, and I think it's very, very risky and courageous to a degree for Xbox to go down. It's really it's too early to tell any.
Agreed. Orange Cookie Man's got one more question. It says, as gaming matures and marketplaces platforms become undefined under a single device, price comparisons become increasingly important. In the console space, special terms and practices are used to highlight this, e.g. smart delivery, best version of game regardless of console generations, i.e. bought Xbox One version, own Xbox Series X version, or e.g. play anywhere, buy once, play on console, Windows PC, but on PC this is just how business is done. Do you think platform holders will be forced to sell at the cheapest available game price or of another major platform instead of charging customers for compatibility upgrades?
Is this question around play anywhere and like what version you would get? Is that?
I think it's all of the above, right? I think it's as we move into a the assumption here is game prices will fall if you can buy the same game on Steam, which the platform can use. The Xbox comes out, right?
Got
and
it. Okay.
You can buy Gears of War on Steam for $3.99, but Xbox still have it up at £10. Will we see platform go, oh, it's $3.99 over there, we better come down? I assume that's what the question is. Maybe I've interpreted
that's
it
how I'm
wrong.
reading it.
No, okay, yeah.
I don't think you'll see it change. Because as far as we're aware, at least right now, even if you look at the Steam, is there access to the mixed up store and stuff like that yet?
No, I don't think so.
Not yet.
I wonder if you'll be able to buy games. You can't buy games on Steam, then the whole point of like that argument is kind of irrelevant because Xbox will still have its own segregated prices on its own, not worried about what Steam does necessarily.
Yeah.
The point that this conversation would come up is when you can buy everything off of Xbox, which I don't think would happen because Xbox would probably want some sort of cut if somebody's using their platform to buy a game to some degree.
You think the next Xbox, you're going to be able to play your Steam games, so your library will be there, but you won't be able to buy games from Steam through the Xbox?
That would be my guess.
Very interesting. I hadn't even thought about it, honestly.
That's
Xbox needs a cut somehow if they're selling
you're
software
right.
on the thing. Yeah.
But I hadn't even thought about it.
I think they give him a cut. I agree with you, Crash. I could see a world in which that happens, and you buy Steam games through your phone, and then boop, they're in your library, and you install them. Great, fine. But I think they give him a cut. Yeah, a little bit.
I agree. It just makes that marketplace so weird on Xbox, and I don't think it's necessarily a negative thing. It's just a very unique spot to be in. Of like, oh, I'm gonna buy this game. Let me check the Steam price, then let me check the Xbox price, which isn't a negative.
That doesn't matter. People do that. Like, you do that now with Steam. You go, oh, let me check CD keys, or let me check this, or let me check that. Like, there are other avenues to buy games.
On a very minor level.
Yeah,
Sorry.
and it's also more normalized on PC because what you're talking about is a PC experience. I think a PC player going and getting an Xbox in the conversation point you had earlier, it feeds into that. That's a very normal thing for a PC player to do. I don't know if a console player will adapt to that very well. And maybe that's a benefit to Xbox where they'll just go onto the Xbox store and that's what they expect and them not even to check the Steam store or something like that.
To people, again, privileged fucking position. We get a lot of our games for free. I own every console. Are people doing this? People who own Xboxes and PlayStations, are they going, Lies of P? I want to play Lies of P. Oh, is it cheaper on PlayStation? Is it cheaper on Xbox? It's probably a different price on both platforms.
No, fun fact, I looked at this because I had to buy Lies of P. Lies of P was 50% off on all platforms.
Okay, interesting.
They kept the uniform price, so maybe Origin Cookie Man's right, where it will be a uniform across the board.
I can only talk on the Ubisoft side of things of that because obviously I do stuff. Normally, when UB does a SAL, it is not across the board. So you will see a different price. I have to, when I'm doing my call to actions, right? It will be a different price on Xbox than it will on PlayStation. Their own.
Yeah, interesting.
So that's not typically normal. I'm just from like again, I talk about my situation of what, but I imagine the smaller the developer, the more you'll see a SAL across the board.
Yeah.
But where I think on a Ubisoft level, where they probably because I think it becomes cheaper on their store more than it is on the Xbox store to try and convince people to go over there because they got a bigger piece of the cut over there, which makes perfect sense.
So Xbox just does that. They just go, yeah, you can play it on Steam if you want. It's this much over on Steam. If we really care about you wanting to play it on Xbox, be a bit cheaper.
If you're Steam and Xbox intends on doing that, do you let Xbox sell your games through?
Yeah, because it's a sale you wouldn't have got otherwise.
I kind of agree, but
yeah,
I'm kind of
it feels messy, but
I think I'm of the opinion where they just won't. I just don't think you'll be able to buy games outside of their ecosystem. I think
which would be the smart thing to do.
Yeah, it's like if you want to buy a game on Xbox, it has to be through the Xbox Marketplace, and it will be an Xbox game. If you want to play your games on Steam, feel free, go ahead, that's fine. But you have to buy them elsewhere because we're not gonna.
You also have to remember how many sales Steam has. Steam has a lot of like random 90% sales for games that like don't. You've seen a lot more of them come to Xbox now. You see the sales come to Xbox more.
That's true.
But Steam does them all the time. You have the summer game sales. Does that mean Xbox is going to match every game that's on sale on Steam on Xbox?
I don't think so.
Like it adds a lot of like those. Yeah. Yeah, it's messy. I could see it going either way, to be completely honest, but I'm more leaning towards like it's separate. Like you can't buy Steam games on your Xbox.
Yeah, I think it'll just be like there's an added extra that you can play your games on there, but you have to own them already. Like we're not going to give you the option to buy it from somebody else when we want you to buy it from us.
Maybe this is really boring. Apologies if it is, listeners. But then what do you do with games that have microtransactions? So I'm playing FIFA. No, I'm not. I'm playing Fortnite through the Epic Game Store launcher on my Xbox. And I want to buy the next Ariana Grande skin. Where's the money going?
Fun fact, for anybody who plays gacha games, if you play it on a PlayStation game and you try and launch it on PC and buy something on PC, it does not let you buy the currency. You have to get the currency on a PlayStation account, on your PlayStation account. So I assume that if it's something like that, but then that adds a whole nother logistic. It's very questionable on what direction they go with it.
Like a nightmare.
Yeah, it sounds like a nightmare. This whole situation of having multiple, I think the easiest, no matter what way you go on it, you run into a dilemma that is an issue. Well, I mean, you could load into your Steam currency and Xbox not take a cut of that.
Yeah,
and Xbox the argument platform if it works that way.
Sorry, I was going to say, there is also the argument that Epic have just gone through court to fight.
I was about to say this.
Exactly.
Yeah, so they might not get a cut of it if you have maybe it'll just be the game marketplace itself.
But what's happening now? Like Fortnite
currently they take
giving
a cut.
Xbox a cut.
Yeah, currently they take a cut, but the argument that's going through the courts at the moment is that cut is a monopoly and you shouldn't be taking it just for
Isn't that just because Apple are charging more of a cut though?
No, they're just the same
than everyone else.
30%.
No, I think it's more.
Is it more?
It's
Yeah.
more, but it's also from what I was reading, the judge like the pricing and how they got to their pricing was very egregious, and it's way more than it should be, which that could end up winding down to they get nothing out of it as sort of like the counterbalance to that, like you try taking a little bit too much, you don't deserve anything now sort of situation. So that's probably a very good spot. You want to watch how the marketplace ends up working out is to watch the Apple court case with Epic. Yeah.
Next question. We got a couple more before we get out of here. I've been playing Avowed, and I'm feeling like it goes on a little too long. Are there games that you felt like this about? I seem to remember Final Fantasy 16 being one from Ken Doyle 659. All these questions will be from Ken. Games that went on too long. Something that you think overstayed its welcome. Crash.
I feel like
I haven't. Go ahead.
I was gonna say. I was just gonna say 16 is one of them. Like just the side quests just stayed for too long. To be fair, same with 7 Rebirth as well. I think their side quests were a little bit too much by the end.
Nope.
The thing with a lot of those games that always just leaves it a little bit question mark to me is like you can skip a lot of stuff, and same with Avowed is like you don't have to do anything. I think it's just a very gamer thing. Like I have to hit everything this game has. I think one game that I think most people will disagree, or a lot of people disagree with me on, Last of Us 2. I think that game was way too long.
Oh no, I agree with you.
It's interesting.
Never played it. Oh, never finished it.
Really?
I got to that
never
scene.
knew that about you, Despawn.
I got to that one scene. We all know the scene. I won't spoil the scene. The scene.
That's early.
Yeah, I know. And I just
So
never
early.
went back to it.
No way. Did you not watch the show?
Nope. Not season 2.
Wow.
You're
To
not
be fair,
missing
it sounds like I've
anything,
dodged a
don't worry.
bullet here.
But no, it's not that bad.
it's fine.
It's not that bad, but you're not. I don't think you're missing it.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's
But yeah,
interesting.
no, I do want to go back to it one day. It's just like finding the free time. Maybe when the
That's
baby
mad.
gets here and it sleeps for 12 hours.
Good luck
First
with that.
week. Yeah.
A week.
I mean, I like Death Stranding. Death Stranding's too long. I don't know about Death Stranding 2, but Death Stranding is too long. I was also thinking, and I don't know if this is necessarily too long, but Resident Evil 8, just because that factory bit towards the end,
Resident Evil 7.
I don't like. Resident Evil 7, yeah, a little bit.
Everything after the ship, everything after you get on the boat, it could have been trimmed down.
But is that
No, that
the
whole
game being
section
too long,
is-
or just not liking that bit of the game?
No, it's unnecessary. It's
Yeah.
100%. Even the way that you on that ship is designed for it to take longer, so you have longer playtime.
You know, us talking about Resident Evil 4, the game opens and then it should just end right there.
Whoa.
They should just pull up and like the
Yeah.
OG or remake?
I've only played remake. I never played OG, so I have no clue.
Okay, that's a wild take, but it's fine.
It's not. I'm not being serious with that take.
It's a wild take. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that I?
There's definitely stuff I'm forgetting about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's loads. There's loads, but I'm trying to think of like something that sticks out in my head where I'm like, oh yeah, that went on.
I got another one.
Go
on.
on.
Persona 5.
Oh, the game's just huge though.
No.
Yeah, I too long for me to finish it. I'm just like, someone told me to put 200 hours into it. Like, I did not have that time.
No. That game does. It's not 200 hours.
They put 200
There's
hours.
no way that
300.
game's not even 300. No. That game's not that long. That game needs the time that it does because of how the time management works in that game.
Yeah,
I strongly
like it.
disagree. What if one of the longer games? That's one of the few games that makes sense. You might just not like the game at that point.
But you know what? I probably don't. I don't think I've ever finished
Which is
a Persona
fair.
game.
That's completely fair.
Yeah, I think the only thing in that kind of like ballpark has been Metaphor. And that was a perfect length.
Yeah, I can't think of one
how
off the
long
top of my
Metaphor
house.
was.
If I prepped a bit more, I probably could have come up with a good answer. But yeah, Resident Evil 7 though, definitely the boat.
Yeah, that boat. Ugh.
No bueno. No bueno. We're on the end on this one, boys, from Ken Doyle, which is which games had the most memorable characters for you? what do you look for in them? Final Fantasy VII Remake is one of the best video games I've ever played in terms of its characters. Because don't get me wrong, okay, I've been around. You've heard, if you ever listen to the podcast, you've heard all this crap before, but I'll go for it. I was around Final Fantasy VII when my granddad was, right? Used to pretend to be turn-based with my uncles and aunties. My uncles and aunties are younger than me. I know that makes no sense, but you know, and these characters and seeing these little sprites and not really understanding the kid, but remembering how much they meant to my granddad, and then, you know, how many years on now I've experienced, and you're like, wow, like Jesse for me, it still hurts playing it, you know, it all still hurts. I don't know, it's one of those ones. You've got to be careful with spoilers because it's not, but it's such a good game. It's so well written. Those characters are so iconic. I would never have thought that Yuffie would be a picture on my wall right now. Like that to me, just like, why that didn't, you know, to me it's like a side character. No, in this game you have this cast of characters. I don't think there's a single character in like the main bunch of characters that I'm like, oh, I don't like. Even my man Sid. I've got mad respect for Sid. Yeah, like all of them. Like I've got respect for all of them, and I just yeah. I don't know. They're all very well written. Huge, impactful game of my life. So them. And what do I look for in them? Flaws. Likability. I think flaws is a huge one though, right?
Yeah.
Flaws. Yeah.
Just depth, like uncertainty, anything like that. I think Claire Obscura is a really good example of like
That's what I was gonna
a lot of like really well written characters.
Yeah.
Well, I think Claire does really well is, and I'm sure Final Fantasy has this as well. But like even the goofy characters, even your comic relief.
Oh yeah.
We are like, this is dumb. And then you go, oh my God, they have one of the most heartbreaking backstories ever. This is fucking amazing. And they have like an incredible amount of depth. Like a character you meet initially and go like, oh, this is just a goofy clown. And then go, oh my God, my favorite.
Even in that dumbness, there's just a sense of what's the word I'm looking philosophy behind that dumbness that makes it all click, and you're like, oh, that makes so much sense with how the character view, like having a complete character that makes sense and doesn't sort of contradict himself. Like he can contradict the world, the characters can contradict the world, they can't contradict themselves. And I think that's what you really want to look for in good character.
Ironically, while I do agree that Final Fantasy VII is probably the best characters, I think Squall in 8 is a really good one as well. Like, I don't want to spoil too much of that story, but the way that they go through that world and the revelations that they start seeing that's happening to them and their friends, and going from being so nonchalant to being like the most caring person in the world about this one person is, I think, to be fair, I think RPGs do the best jobs. Like, you could probably label like any RPG and just like, that's an example of what a good character should be.
I think there's two avenues. One is like the well-written character, and there's also another factor which I think both Final Fantasy 7 and 8 touch on with Cloud and Squall specifically, is just a cool factor. Those characters just sort of look cool, and you have that in Claire Obscura as well with what's his name? I think all the characters pretty much look cool in their combat in general as well.
If you're in the white outfits,
It doesn't matter with the outfits. All the outfits look good. Even
I don't like the white outfits. I think that's a wild, atrocious take.
That's my favorite outfits. All the outfits I put on in the game. I hated all the others. All of them.
Wow. Okay.
That
is a take.
It's weird.
I got two. Well, I've actually got three. Two that I don't necessarily back, but I feel like you have to mention in this conversation. Mass Effect. People fucking love a Mass Effect team.
Yes.
NPC. The Witcher. Probably up there in the conversation.
There's only
with Geralt?
Yeah. Geralt, Ciri, Yennefer,
Tess, Tess?
Tess, yeah.
Yeah,
Tris,
no,
Tris,
it's definitely up there.
Tris.
Even
Chris,
even
yeah.
the shitty king that everybody hates.
Oh, yeah.
He's also there. You hate them, but that's memorable.
Mhm.
You know. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it fits. I think well written characters. Both those have very well written characters.
You guys are gonna disagree with me.
Go on.
Resident Evil. I know you guys are gonna disagree with me, but Resident Evil 2 for me, I think Leon in Resident Evil 2 and Claire in Resident Evil 2 are two very well written characters whose story arcs make sense from start to finish in terms of one is looking for their brother, and I cared about that story of I'm trying to find this character that I loved from the previous game. And then Leon as the brand new character, rookie cop, has to go through this emotional journey. And then, maybe it falls off a little bit with Ada, but that, whatever.
I think in terms of the original, I 100% agree with you. I think if you're looking at it from the remakes perspective, absolutely.
Interesting. Why?
Because I think at the time, and Resident Evil 1 is directly attached to Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil Remake 2 is sort of like in its own bubble with the way it came out. That I like, as for me, and maybe this is just a me perspective, and you can completely disagree, and that's fair. I don't play every Resident Evil, so it's a fair take. But for me, I don't like that connection with Claire is non-existent when I play through that whole game.
Because you didn't play 1.
Yeah. But like the game also doesn't build on that when you're playing through it.
No, but it does. It's just not in the way. It's the same. See, this it does, but not in the same way. No. See how you play Elden Ring?
Yeah.
And you start taking all this world stuff and blah 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 blah, and I'm like, I don't get it. I'm playing it. Kill the bad guys. When you walk into the RPD office, like literally the office where everyone's waiting, and then you go to Chris's desk with Claire for that first time, and like his jacket's there, and there's a lot of storytelling happening around you. You're just not taking it in.
I agree, and you want to know a game that I did not mention for what game has great characters? Elden Ring, yeah. I agree with you, and I completely get it from that perspective.
Yeah.
I don't think it makes for well written and great characters.
My argument to that would be, and again, this is against Fix, is that that's really good environmental storytelling, not really good characters.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I had to.
Two more recent ones that you got to shout out.
Go.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Meh.
And Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I have again. Like
Baldur's Gate,
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate for sure. Kingdom Come 2, I tried playing it, could not be less interested.
Well, you're wrong.
I really want to play Baldur's Gate again.
Same.
And you say
so I want to beat it.
Nick Mass is waiting.
Nick Mass is
right there. Don't, because I'd love to go back to that save. I would love to go back to that save. No, we couldn't.
Too far gone.
It's not that. It's just we can't get Matt on.
We have so many other shit to do with Matt.
Whenever it's impossible.
Yeah.
It's literally impossible. Like we're like, I'd love to.
I mean, without Nick Mass, he's gone.
Yeah, Nick Mass died. It's Well, we do it around Christmas. Like he'll be busy at that time, right? You know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nick Mass has things to do around those times.
Yeah. Nick Mass is gone.
All right, boys. Let's plug, and get ourselves out of here. We've been here long. Matt, what you got to plug? You've been busy. Come on, talk to me.
Oh yeah, go check out the FGS YouTube channel. Whole bunch of developer interviews, trailers from the last showcase. We got awesome content coming up this week, including on Friday a video starring one Mr. Paul Despawn going out about all the stuff we played at Summer Games Fest on the team. So that's really cool. We have a really fun video coming out tomorrow as well. We did it ages ago. We did a panel show that's very much akin to like a classic British TV comedy panel show, all about video games, and it went down really well. We finally got the team back together and shot 2 episodes of that. First episode is going live tomorrow. I promise you, if you're into video games, you will enjoy it. Everybody loses their fucking minds because it's basically an impossible video game quiz designed to torture people. So enjoy that.
Okay. All right. Crash, what are you plugging this week, bud?
We mentioned at the top of the show, podcast reviews. Please go leave your podcast reviews. They help the show tremendously. 5 stars, talk all the shit you want. YouTube comments, leave comments on. You see our content on TikTok or whatever. Just interact with it. Give it a like. Give it a little comment. Even if it's a little fire emoji, you don't really want to write anything. That's cool. Even if it's a thumbs down emoji, that's cool. I'd prefer the fire emoji, but like, interact with it in some sort of way.
Sorry, me and Matt just emoting.
We do
This
this as
one
an
we
audio
got to
podcast as
plug.
well. What shall I plug this week? Weirdly, we're gonna plug some work stuff. Go check out the Games Radar socials. I've been getting to record a lot more VO for them at the moment recently. So go check out some of the cool stuff. Make me look cool to the bosses, so they'll get me to do more stuff and pay me more, and it'd be great. And I love it. Yay!
You start linking them to me so I can start. Oh my god, let's do it! Hurry up, man.
Just follow me
Hurry
on
up.
Instagram. I post them all to my stories.
Yeah, but you didn't like my story or any of my posts, so
Podcast drama right here live for you guys.
Yeah, there you go. So Fix,
Well,
what do you want to plug?
Matt, you were gonna say something. Go on.
It's a boring offline conversation. People listening to the podcast don't care.
Okay, fair enough. What have I got to plug? I went with my friend Tech Jamo, aka Jamo Eats. I went out yesterday. He invited me to my first ever influencer. I've been in the video game space for 10 years now, right? Like doing that's kind of like lost its shine on me. I don't mean it in a mean way, but like we get invited to lots of PR events, free bar, blah 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 blah, right? This was the first time I'd ever been somewhere. I was with a +1, and he's a food influencer, so that's what he does, right? And oh my god, it's a different world. He walks in, they're like, "Oh my god, like it's you, Jamo. Sit down. What can we get you?" And he's just like, "I don't know. What do you suggest?" He's like, "We'll give you the whole menu, bro." When I tell you the amount of food that come out, yeah, it was nuts. I've got a video coming. I started a new TikTok account called MC Fixer Eats. I'm finally going to start doing food content. So go follow me at MC Fixer Eats if you like food content. Not only that, we then went to a dessert place after that. Honestly, some of the best vibes I've had in a long, long time. You know when you just go out and the vibes are just perfect? And that's literally where it was. Okay, well, you would if you were getting invited for free food.
True. Yeah.
So, yeah, honestly, I had such a... And if you go follow me on my MC Fixer Eats account, maybe I'll make it in this world. Maybe I'll make it. Right? No, actually do it. Don't pretend. I see you pretending. I don't like that. Yeah, but I'm trying to just do more stuff. I'm gonna put a normal amount of effort in. I've also started my MC Fixer Finds account. I'm starting to actually post boot style content. First video has been my editor's just adding captions and things like that. Got some big plans for that account. I'd love to bring you, Matt. I'd love to come to like your neck of the woods and us go boot styling.
We could do that.
I'd love it.
That could be fun.
I would love it. Yay, thank you. Yeah, I'd love it. I'd love to feature you on one of the episodes and we just go and boot. I've got like a lot of ideas, like challenges and stuff like that. So
I'm down.
Could be good.
Let's do a challenge. Let's do a bargain hunt. What's
Yeah,
David Dickinson
that's
doing?
literally the
Still
plan.
alive?
That's literally the plan.
Cancelled?
Like,
Probably.
I give you a budget, and then I have a budget. Then we go off, and then we see
well
who
keen.
won.
I'm well
So
keen for
I've got
that.
some ideas. I've got some ideas. But until next time, hope you guys enjoyed this week's episode. We will love you. Leave it. See you later. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Good boys.